Hey, 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 beautiful people. Good evening. Welcome back to our channel. How's everyone doing? Oh my God, Esther, I know, right? It's as the spirit directs. This is as the spirit directs. You're welcome, everyone. Good evening. Thank God it's Friday. How's everyone doing? Perhaps we should have one, on a Friday instead of even Thursday, because I think Friday is better for a lot of people who do Mondays to Fridays, who work Mondays to Fridays, because you can chill knowing that tomorrow is the weekend. Welcome, everyone. This is an unplanned one. You guys know, I can be very, very spontaneous. Believe it or not, I'm like this in my real life. In my everyday life, I can be very, very spontaneous as well. Okay, it's good to be spontaneous. It's not all the time that you are predictable. Good evening, everyone. Obodo fam, I salute you. Welcome, welcome, welcome to this unscheduled live stream. But still, yeah, lots to talk about. It's as the spirit directs. So I was at work today and actually went into work today because I've been working from home for a long time. But now that Boris has decided to announce that uh, the organizations should start going back to work if they want to. They decided that we should start coming in at least once a week. So today was my first day back to work in a very long time. I went into the office. So, and during my time at work, and this thing just hit me. It hit me that there's a loose end, because I'm somebody that likes to tidy up things. Okay, I don't like loose ends. I like closure. As I'm someone that likes closure, I don't like loose ends. And I realized that one of the videos that we recently did, there's a loose end there that I didn't tidy up. So I said, okay, we got to tidy it up before it gets, lost in the whole. We have a lot of conversation on this planet, on this platform. So let's not, that shouldn't just get lost. You're welcome, everyone. So I decided that okay, we're going to have an impromptu one tonight. Let me quickly address that issue. And it's the issue whereby someone said in one of the videos that we did, I think it was the last video where we're saying, don't uh, don't build a broke man. And one of the callers, who is one of our African sisters, who is a non-Nigerian woman, said that in her experience, a lot of Nigerian men bash Nigerian women. Okay, that they talk smack about Nigerian women. I didn't know that before. Honestly, I didn't know, and I thought it was just a one-off. I wasn't going to take it anywhere because the lady said it. She called in and said it on the show. If you watch that video, um, you will hear her say it, that a lot of Nigerian men do bash Nigerian women. They talk negatively about Nigerian women, which I wasn't aware of before. But apparently, when they talk about you, in quotes, you will be the last person to find out when they are gossiping about you. For instance, you will be the last person to find out that they are gossiping about you. Yeah, Kutumba, you remember it was a Zambia lady, right? Okay. Thank you all so much. That all of you that were here, Obudu fam, that were here that day. Thank you all so much. And before I proceed, can I just remind you to please subscribe if you've not done so. If you are watching from television, please, you cannot subscribe on TV. Can you subscribe on your tablet, on your phones? It's completely free of charge. The comment section is subscribers only. Mm, Hit the like button as you're coming in, Obodo fam. Thank you very much, everyone. Okay, we're getting into it now. Someone said I'm not Nigerian as well, and she's right. Okay. So I want us to unpick that statement about Nigerian men. I want to believe it's some, not all, few. I want to believe because I want to believe it's a very few number of men that will be doing that. Okay, a lot of non-Nigerian women are confirming that statement that they is true, that they've experienced it. So this is the comment section of that video, where we talked about not building a man, and this is why I decided that we need to address this. And this is what the Zambia lady, someone called Mash, said the Zambia lady is right. Nigerian men are always bashing Nigerian women, and I've always wondered why. Okay, this was written by Mash. I believe Mash is not Nigerian. And somebody else echoed the same thing. Mary Jo said, I'm not Nigerian, and I also know that about Nigerian men. Not all of them, but most of them bash Nigerian women, and it's not right. This has to stop. Okay? It didn't end there. There's another comment there. Let me remove this banner so you can see. There's another person. This is like the fourth person now saying, Cheeserbug said, this is more than 90% true. Cheeserbug says, this is more than 90% true. Many don't put the majority have a hate for us. Many don't, but the majority have a hate for us. Okay. Okay, I want to believe that that's a Nigerian person because she's saying us. So I think she's a Nigerian sister, right? So this is the thought that is echoing throughout that video, and this is what I saw in the comment section of that video where we did the show about, not building Nigerian men. And when I saw this, I said, okay, let's address this. It needs to be addressed. All right. We need to talk about, let's talk about it. Okay. You know how they say on social media, if you get it, fine. If you don't get it, forget about it. Yeah, hopefully by the time we finish, some people will get it. Okay. So I've decided that we have this conversation because I need my non-Nigerian sisters who are in the building. I welcome you. This platform is not for Nigerians alone. Okay. We are all one as far as I'm concerned. It's Oyibo people that put the borders and divided us into whatever country you come from. As far as I know, in a hundred years before now, I could have been been a Ghanaian or been from Sierra Leone or from Togo or anywhere. So it's Oyibo that came to Africa with their colonization and divided us, gave us, these borders and all whatnot. We had tribes before Oyibo came. We didn't have these borders that we have now and these countries that we have now. Right. So I need to make it very clear that this is not about, shading anyone. I'm definitely not going to shade any of my sisters, whether you are Nigerian or non-Nigerians. But we need to address the fundamental root of this. So the question is this true? Is this a fact? If some people are saying that some Nigerian men are bashing Nigerian women, is this a myth or is a fact? Okay, so they are saying from their own experience. Okay, other people are still confirming on the comment section. I'll try and keep an eye out in the comment section. A Flaming Lily said, I'm not Nigerian. This is true. I am married to a Nigerian man. Okay. All right. So we need to have this conversation. Dima says, thank you, Auntie B, for this conversation. It needs to be had. I have friends who ask me why Nigerian men cheat or leave their wife for non-Nigerians. Okay. Let's unpick what is behind this sentiment. If some Nigerian men and a lot of our non-Nigerian sisters from other countries are confirming it, that Nigerian men and some Nigerian men bash Nigerian women. Why? I like that question. I like to ask why. I like to know the reason why someone does something because I'm a very self-reflective person. And I want to be able to, engage in a conversation whereby I find out, okay, if you are bashing me, for instance, I'm speaking on behalf of Nigerian women now. I need to know why. Okay. If you tell me why, then I will reflect on it. Okay. I will reflect on it and I will take on board what I perceive to be correct about the feedback you've given me. And then I will decide what is BS about what you've told me. That's just me personally now. All right. And I have a lot of, I've been researching it. I have a lot of talking points. I'm going to try and get through it very, very quickly. We're not wasting time. tonight. All right. But before I go on, I just want to put my hands up and say that I am absolutely, absolutely so proud to be a Nigerian woman. I love being a Nigerian woman. I will not trade it for anything in this world. Okay. I'm never ashamed of my Nigerianness, of being a Nigerian. Sometimes I don't want to be a Nigerian. But when it comes to being a Nigerian woman, oh my God, all day, every day, I love being a Nigerian woman. Okay? And what you people should know is that Nigerian women are we are pretty special. We're pretty special, okay? A lot of people might not agree. I mean, a lot of the men who are bashing, I want to believe that they are bashing from their own, you know, personal experiences with fellow Nigerian women. All right. Unfortunately, people make judgment from a very narrow perspective, and that is the danger of stereotypes. Okay, you can't have dealing with one or two Nigerian women, or maybe they broke your heart or they did you wrong, and then you now, because of that, make assumptions about a whole country. That is stereotype, and it is wrong. It's never based on facts. It's not based on evidence. It's just based on very myopic understanding of a particular people or a particular gender. And that's why when we talk about brothers on this platform, I always want to have an open mind to say, no, not all brothers do this. Not all brothers, not all men do this, because I understand the danger of stereotypes. Okay? So, some of our non-Nigerian sisters are saying that Nigerian men that they've encountered are bashing Nigerian men. Hmm? Why? Why are they bashing Nigerian women? I want to find out. Okay, so I need to tell you something about Nigerian women before I start. In fact, I have music. I have a dance. Oh my God. Who wants to see my dance? You want to see my dance? Eh? Faith, you say you are not Nigerian, but you've seen a lot of Nigerian men bash certain tribes of women, but in general are proud of their own women. It's a good thing you say that, because you know what? What I find is that no matter how a man has any negative feelings about women, i.e., such Nigerian men that have negative feelings about Nigerian women, when you ask them about their mothers, ha! They will sit up straight and say, no, my mother is different. My mother is a queen. My mother is an angel. My mother is sacrificial. My mother did this. My mother did this. So you see that misguided young man that came here the other day, a day that called himself a GP, that was lying that he earned $200,000 a year. We found out that's a lie, because unfortunately for him, we have a sister here in the building, Obodo Farm, Sister Gigi, whose mother is a retired GP, like she's a principal GP who owns her own practice. That's the highest you can be, not junior doctor, not somebody that is just starting. Her mother had his own, she had her own surgery. That's the highest you can go as a GP. And she told us in our private, in our our WhatsApp group, that even her mother did not earn 200K. So I don't know where they got his 200K from at 32 years old or 34 that he is. So obviously that's a lie, right? Now, the question I usually like to ask people when they bash a particular gender in this context that we're talking now, that some brothers are bashing Nigerian women, is I'll ask them this question. If you want to know what a Nigerian woman looks like, take a look at your mother. Okay? Just take a look at your mother. And I'm not saying that all mothers are good, all mothers are saints, all mothers are nice. We have narcissist mothers out there who've done videos up, and I'm not saying that all Nigerian women are excellent. I mean, there's no tribe in this world, anywhere you go to, whether it's South Africa, North Africa, East Africa, anywhere you go, Oyibo have bad women. Okay? So it is wrong for you to cluster a group of people and say they are like this. It's wrong. That's stereotyping, and it's usually loaded with a lot of, it's not based on evidence, and it's just BS, right? Take a look at your mother. If you ask me to describe my mother, I will tell you that my mother was smart. Nigerian women are strong. very, very intelligent. They are resilient, very supportive women that hold the family down, you know, even when their husbands are not doing what they should be doing. Nigerian women, a lot of them will not put up with some things. They give respect and demand respect. Okay? Nigerian women bring a lot to the table. They bring a lot to the table. And so they demand a lot in return. Okay? So if you ask me about my mother, who is a true example of a Nigerian woman, a Nigerian queen, my mother, she brought value. She was very enterprising. She was a when you say manager, she managed the home, managed the business, managed the family, managed this, manage. They do so much. Okay? The average Nigerian woman, oh my God. No wonder that the most successful women, in fact, the most successful woman, the most influential woman, the most richest woman today is a Nigerian woman. Okay, and this is not to say that other cultures or that non-Nigerian women are not the same thing, but I'm making a case for Nigerian women because we are talking about Nigerian women today. So please, if you are not a Nigerian, don't misunderstand me. All right, don't misunderstand me. We love and appreciate our everyone, and I feel like when people want to divide people, this is what they always do. Okay, we'll get to that part later. Those of you who are married to Nigerian men and you feel like your husbands have been biased or they say negative things about Nigerian women, why they do that. We'll come to that. But should I do my dance first? Let me do my dance and I'll show you some Nigerian women before we get to it. Should I do my dance? Who wants to see my dance? Hey! Who wants to see my dance? You want to see my dance? Should I show you my dance? Hmm? Tony says, I don't want to believe Nigerian men hate Nigerian women. Issues here and there, but in totality, Nigerian men don't hate Nigerian women. My little saint. Okay. All right. I believe you, Tony. I do believe you because I have a Nigerian husband, I have Nigerian brothers, and I have Nigerian sons. So I can tell. And I have a lot of Nigerian friends who are men as well, and I've never heard of them, any of them. They talk about even the ones that have had really bad experiences in marriages. They will talk about their ex, but not Nigerian women put in the same, put them in the same. Oh, you want to see my dance? Okay, let me do my dance. Then I'll come and tell you a bit more about Nigerian women before we get into it. Nigeria is a massive country. Okay, it's a massive, massive country, over 200 million people, and out of all those 200 people, they have pretty, some very, very successful people from that country. Okay. This is Alakija, Folorunso Alakija, Mrs. Folorunso Alakija. Some of you may have heard of her. She's the one that overtook Oprah on the list of the richest black woman in the world. Okay. That's Mrs. Alakija. She's the richest. As at last year when I checked, she was still the richest. Yeah, my dance is coming, Faith. She was still the richest black woman in the world. Okay, that's to tell you the stuff that Nigerian women are made of. But also, if you look at it on the other hand, this is Dangote. Dangote is also the richest black man in the world. So you see, Nigerians, we are very, very competitive. That tells you something about Nigerians in general. Okay, forget about what you read on social media. When you want to really experience what a typical Nigeria is, you need to go to Nigeria. Trust me. If you go to Nigeria, then you will see differently. Okay, let me show you my dance. Then we'll get on with it. I have a dance to celebrate Nigerian women and all women worldwide, all black women who are doing their stuff, being good, and just generally being good human being, being a good human being. Abami, Olore. Oh yeah, who enjoy my dance? Oh my God. I designed that video specially to celebrate myself as a Nigerian woman and my heritage as a Nigerian, okay? To celebrate all of you Nigerian women out there who are watching this and in your heart, the stuff that you're made of, and also all African queens out there, whether you are Nigerian or not Nigerians, okay? I celebrate you, queens. Yeah, we are queens. All right, that's a special dance. That's my little dance. That's my little dance to celebrate, how much I love being a Nigerian woman. I absolutely love it. I love it. I love it. I would trade nothing about my people. I would trade nothing about my heritage, my culture, where I come from. Okay, I might change some things about my tradition, yeah, here and there. But altogether, yeah, dancing is part of Nigerian women. I've been Tony. Ah, Tony say dancing is part of a Nigerian woman. We celebrate everything and anything. Exactly. Any opportunity to dress up and go to Owambe. I love being a Nigerian woman, Tony. You too, right? Okay. How many of you are proud Nigerian women there? If you are a Nigerian woman, and you are proud, and I want to see your hand up. Because nobody go gree say mama food soup no sweet oh. Last, if they don't celebrate us, we celebrate ourselves. Okay, because we know who we are. Remember when we did the show about identity, we said here that if you don't know who you are, somebody will tell you, will call you who you are not, and you go answer because you don't know who you are. So shout out to all the women who know who they are, all the Nigerian women and all the African women in the building, all black queens in the building who know who they are. Shout out to you. Now let's get on. I've done my little dance, right? Okay. Now I want to show you something about Nigerian women so that you see, where we are coming from and where this prejudice may be coming from. Okay. I think I suspect where this prejudice is coming from or where this stereotype is coming from. So I'm going to share with you a little bit about Nigerian women, right? So this is about Nigerian women. I'm going to run through this quickly because I have quite a lot to share. And guess who this is? Some of you are Nigeria already know. Moti, you are there. So these are some of the most influential women in Nigeria. Okay. Some of the most influential. So this is the one this is Awoshika. This is Mrs. Awoshika, one of the most influential women. She just recently stepped down as the chairman of a bank in Nigeria, one of the biggest banks in Nigeria. Okay, her name is Ibunku Awoshika, right? This woman had that post for how long? Does anybody remember how long she had that post? When we are talking about women. So you can see, the reason why I'm showing you this is for you to know the kind of cloth that Nigerian women are made from, the substance that a lot of Nigeria women carry. And that's why some people, may feel kind of threatened. Can I use that word? Or feel insecure for one reason or the other because Nigerian women are, okay, right. She was in that bank for years, right? Nigeria is a very, very competitive place. For that woman to hold that post for that long, that's to tell you. Okay? This is another one. This is another Nigerian woman. And the list is going from, I don't know, for some reason they did it from 10 to 1. Okay, so I'm just going to run through it. From 10 to 1. It says 10 most influential women in Nigeria right now. And this article is dated 25th of November 2021. And number 10 is Adaobi Stella Nwampa. Okay, she's the current manager of the Zenith Bank PLC, one of the most successful financial institution. See, these are Nigerian women, no? Okay, this is Ibunku, the one I was talking about, Awoshika. Okay, as at that time, she was the chairman of another bank in Nigeria, First Bank of Nigeria. And of course, worldwide in beauty, because it cuts across beauty. If you're talking about, businesses, government, arts, music, entertainment, you'll find a Nigerian woman there. This is Agbani Darego that won Miss World. And this is not to glorify Nigerian women alone, no. You shouldn't see it from that angle, but I'm trying to make you understand that Nigerian women are not just ordinary women. Okay, this is Oyenka Nwenu. She just celebrated her 70th birthday. She's one of the iconic Nigerian musicians, known one worldwide. Number 6 is Genevieve. That's how they say it in French. Genevieve Naji. Naji is an actress. She's a veteran actress in Hollywood. A lot of you will know her. Number 5 is Linda Ikeji. Linda Ikeji is the one that this blogging thing, when it wasn't even known, when they were doing dial-up internet connection, she started blogging, and she's a billionaire today because of her job, of her work in blogging. And this is Mrs. Folorunso Alakija. Okay, the one I spoke to you about before, the richest black woman in the world. You already know her. And this woman is from the business world. And number 3, you have Amina Mohammed. All right. And she's a diplomat and politician as well, who worked in the Ministry of Environment. So she's in government. Okay, she's from the northern part of Nigeria. And of course, number 2 is Chimamanda Ngozi Adichie. A lot of you know these ones, whether you are Nigerian or not Nigerian, because she's the renowned author of Half of a Yellow Sun, Americana, and a lot of other books that she's written. Okay. And number 1, sitting pretty. This is a Nigerian woman. Nigerian women, I'm proud of you. Mona clap for herself. Mona clap. In an exalted position that no woman has ever had before. Talk of black woman is Mrs. Ngozi Okonjo-Iweala. She's sitting on top of WTO as the Director General today. Trump tried to stop it, but when God helped us to remove Trump, Iweala was confirmed. That is a Nigerian woman for you. Hi, there are many. There are too many. I just show you that 10. Let's stop at that 10. Okay. So this is just to demonstrate to you how Nigerian women are very, very competitive in every area of life. Okay. Yeah, Purple Hibiscus. You guys remember Purple Hibiscus? That's Chimamanda. She's famous all over the world for her work in her books that she's done. I want to play you guys a video. This video is going to trigger some of you. Okay, how are we doing with time? I hope I've not. Okay, 29 minutes. Okay, we are doing well. Right. I want to play you a video. Prepare yourself, ladies. This video is going to trigger some of you. You may have seen it. A lot of people wanted me to talk about this video a long time ago, but I refused to. And it was on purpose. I didn't want to talk about it because if I talk about it, I don't want to insult somebody. Sure you get, I didn't want to insult somebody, so I just rather left the matter alone. But it's relevant for our conversation tonight. Let me play it so that you will see what I'm talking about. Okay. Right.
Dr. Nkechi Hari made this video. I was trying to point out in various ways and instances that African women in the diaspora have totally lost their values and culture. Watch this video, then we'll continue with the conversation.
So what has been my exposure there? Indian women. They're the one they're 4 feet, some of them little 4 feet,
Indian women.
Small
this one is talking about African women. Not only Nigeria.
They came direct from their village into the system, and they're making 180,000, 190,000, 200,000. Dream money. But there's a strange thing I notice about them. As they come to work, they're wearing their native wear, that thing that they tie and hang on their neck with that dot here. I stayed in the United States. I was born here. In all my years of staying here, you'll never hear the Indian women dragging their men to the American court system for divorce. It is our women that use the American court system to destroy our men. He's a Nigerian,
by the way.
They bring the court in to help them destroy the men. You will never hear Indian women doing that thing. I watch Indian women and women from so many other places. They're not crazy about the Louis Vuitton, Gucci, all the designers wears. They are not even interested. Indian women, I meet them. They've been here 15 years, 20 years. They still keep their accent. They still speak as if they're living in India.
Accents.
But when I meet our women, and our women, all that they have to do is just get to a level of where they're making 50,000, 60,000, 70,000 or 80,000 a year. I'm talking about small money. Small money. Immediately the marriage is in danger. And they change. They start bleaching. And they start talking Sure, yeah, sure. Yeah, sure. Yeah, I went, oh my God, I went to New York. I look at Korean women. I look at other women. They have this
Korean
sense of
women.
cultural identity. African women do not have a sense of cultural identity whatsoever. Little money and the marriage is over. It has come to a point where we really can't define marriages in the African context anymore in the United States, because the man is changing diapers. He's washing the plates. He's sweeping the floor.
Imagine a home man.
Cooking. Most men now have to cook to keep their marriages intact.
How dare you change diapers?
He's picking the kids and dropping them. Like in what? Like I've seen the experiences. I don't need to go. I don't want to go to but
how can you do school runs?
The woman is shouting at them, "Where's the child's belt? Where's the child's socks? Where's the child's everything?" And the women go around telling everybody, "We are partners." There's nothing like head of the household. We are partners. Okay. So the men are doing everything in the women's role and also doing everything in their role, and they also keep their jobs. And that is supposed to be the perfect. If you don't do like that, they'll call American court on you.
Nigerian women, we are so fat. Africa, we are so fat. Every time our men find the opportunity to talk negative, they start to describe. I'm sure he's describing his mother too, sisters, everybody. Because the issues are the same. Whether we are in Nigeria or abroad,
is such a wonderful woman.
Overworked women, and the moment you have the courage to say, "I need help," to your husband, you have stood up to him. When your husband can beat you here, I know women who took the domestic violence from their husband, or the battery from the husbands, and they were pursuing visas. Because they know when they cross border, they will have mouth to talk.
What I like about what he said was that we lose our identity. So while I think that women should not be slaves to their men, I do not agree with that. And maybe Indians, I don't know about Indians, I don't know their culture. I don't care about their culture.
Better not to make assumptions about people you don't know. My sister, God bless you.
Indian women want to be slaves to their husband, that's their own cup of tea. What he said about African women losing their identity, they go and buy their hair.
Sound like Auntie B now. Oh, this is my fake hair. I've lost my value now.
Point of view. Why do African women, not even just African women, men as well, lose their culture because they are in? As an African person, man, woman, girl, child, boy, everything.
Thank you, Ike.
Why can't you retain who you are and be proud of that? Why must you be? Look, our young hip hoppers today, because American artists wear sunglasses, all of them wear sunglasses inside the nights.
Okay, that's debating a little bit, but there's a comment I'm looking for.
Issue. Why do we go there and want to become white? Not even African Americans. We want to just be totally white. And but there's the other Nigerian community that they stay with each other. I know the Igbo community in Texas. They help each other. They grow together. They form a whole community. And those ones are able to raise their children. I don't have all the facts. Somebody can come and say that maybe you're wrong. But I know there's a community in Texas that have been able to grow raise their children. They meet each other. Yes. So we see Indians, the Chinese, they have the Indian.
Okay, I saw a comment then. I quickly want to go and pin it before I will lose it. Jackie. I've dated many Nigerian men in college. They say you guys are not explorative in the bedroom. They want freakiness in the bedroom. Okay. They say you're not freaky. Nigerian women are not freaky. Okay? Right. So that's a conversation there for you by the ladies at The View. We'll talk about it in a minute, but before we get to it, I have something else I want to show you. I want to show you that video. I've been doing everything I can for years because even some men sent it to me that I should talk about it. I say, Then I throw the question back to them and I ask them, what's your own understanding, or what's your own position about this? What's your own position about this? Because I want to know why you're asking me to share it. So I need to know your own position. Tell me your position. Very, very important that you tell me your position so that I know what we're doing. Okay. This one is about this is life experiences of 8 people. I'm taking it from a website. I think the website is called Zikoko, and It's saying 8 Nigerian men talk about dating non-Nigerian women. Okay, I'm not going to read all of them because it's long because of time, but I'll take a few of them. Okay, I'll take a few of them. This one is Michael, and he said, I dated 3 non-Nigerians in Northern Irish, a Kenya, and a Zimbabwean. I even got engaged to one of them, but distance ended that relationship. I dated the Kenyan during my master's in the UK. She started the conversation with me on a bus about UK weather, a default icebreaker, of course. If you live in the UK or anywhere in diaspora, we always talk about the weather, and we hit it up. We hit it off. She was a remarkable person, an amazing cook, and wonderful in bed. Okay, so echoing what that other sister said. She was always willing to experiment, even in the kitchen and in the other room. So the echo of not experimenting is coming up. Is coming up. Sisters, Nigerian women, take notes. Her parents were pretty well off, and I was a broke student on allowance. I was in awe of how she splurged on gifts for me, clothes, shoes, watches. One time she booked a weekend getaway to a theme park near London. I did the math and clocked that it cost about 800,000 naira. Okay. And she told me that I don't have to spend a thing. In her words, my money is our money, and your money is our money. Okay. Your money is our money is our money. Okay. She completely blew me away. I was never the sole provider or spender in the relationship. One time, she hid my debit card because she didn't like the fact that I was always paying for her meals. She was also super romantic and would always stop by my place on her way back from work. Her family were also quite welcoming. I spent the New Year's holiday with them, the best relationship I ever had. Sadly, she had to go back to Kenya after her degree. Well done to our Kenyan sister. Absolutely, absolutely. Good testimony. Really, really good. Really, really good. Okay, that's a very good one. Okay, let me take Akpor's own. Akpor says, I've dated a number of non-Nigerians. In summary, these are Nigerian men, no. In summary, there was less drama. Are you ladies taking notes? Less drama. So first of all, they talk about the experimenting kerewa. And this one is talking about less drama and no billing. Okay, no billing. No broke shaming. No broke shaming. No snide remark about not using an iPhone. Okay, iPhone 2 it's a problem. The quality of the conversation was better. I just felt a lot less transactional. Okay, that's another point there. He is saying that he felt less transactional in this relationship. However, I had to deal with racism when I was in Slovenia. Okay, so it's Oyibo. Oh, I even thought it was another African sister. So it's Oyibo. Ah, I see. I dealt with racism when I was in Slovenia. For some men accused me of stealing their babes, but they are cowards and couldn't fight. So it's all good. Another girl's family made me move out of the house because they said she had caught some African disease. Okay. So this one is talking of his own experience of dating Oyibo. Okay, I'm going to take one more. And then I think I like what this one say, this gentleman. I'll put the links in the video when it's completed so you can go and watch. It's quite very interesting read. Sam said, I dated a French black woman. Okay, it was refreshingly different, but in a good way. She was expressive with her emotion in a way I find Nigerians usually aren't. However, a particular source of friction in our relationship was the fact that she used to get very upset when I tell my friends I love them. She says it's because I was colonized by the English and she by the French, but apparently I was too liberal with saying I love you. This one was just showing I love you up and down to friends. I'm sure it's female friends. because I don't see any man that is going to be telling their male friend I love you regularly like that. I mean, if they are going through stuff, that's a different thing. Okay, right. There might be some truth to it since the French says "jetamen" or "jetador," which means the same thing in English but carry different potencies in French. She didn't adjust. I just stopped telling people I love them. Laugh. Having dated Nigerian and non-Nigerian women, I just think people are just people. Okay? And I haven't seen any significant difference that fits my personal experience either way. So I would say that Sam is actually a very fair person. Mm, very, very fair. Hmm. Okay. Bayo said there's a remarkable difference between Nigerian and foreign relationships. First, they seem to be more interested in me for who I am. There's no need to impress them like I would have to with Lagos babes. Oh my God, Lagos babes, you have to impress Lagos babes. There's also less financial pressure. Okay, financial pressure is one point there that he's making. It was the first time I felt comfortable telling a babe I was broke because they would cover for me when I couldn't, and they never made a big deal out of it. It felt really refreshing to be spoiled by her, and it made me reciprocal. It made me reciprocate a lot more. Okay, so we're gonna stop. We're gonna stop there. Like I said, I'm going to link all these articles on the video when I'm done, so that you guys, you read it and you will see that was 8 Nigerian men sharing their experience of dating non-Nigerian men. Some of them dated white women, and some dated black women who are non-Nigerian. And this is what they have to say. Okay. Uh So a lot of these men are saying it is tough being with a Nigerian woman. Okay, let me share this last one quickly, and then I'll go to the comment section, and we'll take we'll take some calls. I have one last one to share, guys. Oh my God, Nigerian women, Jesus. Okay, this one is about. This one is from the BBC, and the title of the article they have a stingy men association. I don't know if this is real or this is just made up. It says stingy men's take on Nigerians dating etiquettes. Hmm? And this is what this guy has to say here. He's saying that there are some I had to pay a bill with my watch. There are some young women who appear to expect men to take care of their every needs, which are not cheap. Okay. This is in Nigeria, and you guys need to understand that dating in Nigeria and dating in the diaspora is different, completely different. Okay, please have that at the back of your mind. They could demand the latest gadgets, the latest fashion, and the best makeup, setting someone back hundreds, if not thousands of dollars. Their date also has to pay for the night out, which can come with hidden costs. In a context where many Nigerians are not earning enough money, this is a lot of pressure. And the guy said, when I was a bachelor, I took a lady out on a date and made a budget for 2 of us. Okay. But she came with her friends. Oh, this happens a lot. Let me just say it. It does happen a lot in Nigeria and even in the diaspora sometimes. She came out with her friends and they ate plenty amala, begiri, rice, stew, everything that I couldn't afford. She couldn't offer to split the bill, so I had to give up my watch to balance the fee. She even refused to date me after. Oh my God. She said she refused to date. This girl is a bado. She refused to date this poor man that gave his watch as warranty. I mean, a guarantee to pay your bills of all the amalang begri you ate. Oh God. This man said, I felt used. But that expectation of a follow-up date reveals something about the dynamics of a dating relationship where money is involved. Okay. And for some men, there are also an expectation uh, of kerewa, and women also feel that pressure. Okay, let me stop here. I will share the article on this. So you need to go and read it. It's so funny. Ladies, you will laugh, eh? You will laugh and fall on the ground. Okay. Aha. We have a brother in the building who is saying no such thing as stingy men. We are just allergic to gold diggers. Who would Why would you come on a date with a friend? Okay. All right. So the conversation is around the expectation, from men, from Nigerian women. Is it that Nigerian women are more demanding? I'd like to hear from some of our non-Nigerian sisters who are from other African countries, or if you are black, I mean, if you're in the studio and you've dated somebody who is talking negatively about Nigerian women, I want to know where it's coming from. Or if you are a brother and you are listening to this and you have some negative sentiments about Nigerian women, I'd like to hear it. I want to know where it's coming from. I've taken some notes. We'll get to it later on when I'm summarizing. I like to take notes. Okay. So, where is this coming from? Okay, where is this coming from? Because we know the dynamics of dating in this modern day. Okay, it's different. Okay, I will own up. I'll be the first person to own up that if this is what people are doing, and I know, for instance, that Nigerian women are doing it, I will say it. I won't say because I'm a woman and I'm a Nigerian woman, I will not say it. Okay, so come into the studio, let's have a conversation. I want to find out why are some Nigerian men saying negative things about Nigerian women. What is your experience and why? Is it based on you did a survey, or I mean, I'd like to know. Chelsea, you're in the studio. You're welcome. Can you hear me? You were teasing me that my internet was not good too that day. We are here now, Chelsea. I can't hear you. It's my turn to tease you. Oh my god. Chelsea, can you hear me? You can't, oh. Well, I've added you, but I cannot hear you. Unfortunately, your internet is still not good. My own is good today, oh. Why are some Nigerian men talking negatively about Nigerian women? Why? We want to find out what is going on. What is the bone of contention? What is the bone of contention? Hello?
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 Hello, good evening.
Good evening. Are you calling to contribute to the show?
Absolutely.
You're welcome.
Absolutely. How are you, Sister B?
I'm fine, thank you. You're welcome.
I'm a first-time caller, but I always watch the replay of the whatever you do because we don't have it. We have a different time zone. I'm calling from the US actually.
Thank you very much. What do you have to say?
What I have to say in a nutshell is that you see, sometimes it's not about money. Sometimes people get tired of each other.
Right.
Because this thing that you are talking about is sometimes most people look at, oh, maybe the woman or maybe the man doesn't have money. It's not about money sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
People get tired of each other.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes that is why they need to adapt or adopt a kind of culture where sometimes they need to do a getaway.
Mm-hmm.
Especially when people are in one circle.
Mm-hmm.
Things get sour sometimes.
Yeah.
But that's the little suggestion or advice that I have so that I can give others chance to be able to pour their opinion as well so that we can all learn something.
Yeah. So do you and your friends, have you experienced any of you or your brothers that have this sentiment about Nigerian women talking smack or bashing Nigerian women?
Well, sometimes sometimes the kind of friends some women follow, sometimes they want to be like, they usually use this term, I wanna be. Sometimes some of them are not contented with what they have.
Yeah.
So it makes them to deviate from the real cause of the relationship or the marriage that they are into.
Right. Okay.
So, nobody's perfect. There is no way we will walk in this life that our head will not shake.
Mm-hmm.
So nobody's perfect.
So
the
you're
thing
talking.
is that, if you're in a relationship or if you're in a marriage, you should, before you should know that if we have that understanding and if we have a solid communication, things get better than not having that good communication or not having that understanding.
Okay, so you're saying that sometimes it's negative influences from the circle where people are. That's what influences them.
Yeah, society. Just like recently, I'm going to use this example. You see that Facebook stock fell seriously. They've been discussing this thing for the past 3 days. I don't know if you know about it.
No, I didn't.
Their stock fell. Okay, now Mark Zuckerberg is now blaming it on other social network that came up. It is just like the relationship you have been enjoying, and let's say one of your friends just got lucky enough to marry somebody who is probably richer than the person that you are with.
Yeah.
And you are looking at yourself, I'm beautiful than this person. Sometimes human being, we have that jealousy mind.
Yeah.
I'm beautiful than this person. I'm more educated than this person. How come this person get this person?
Okay.
What is trending on social media now? You can see TikTok is doing better than Facebook. Twitter is doing better than Facebook. So definitely, all the people that bought into that stock, they are going to lose because TikTok now is selling stock.
Right.
That is where people are rushing to now.
Okay, so you're taking that business approach to look at how, in terms of relationship.
If you are contented that how today is doesn't determine what tomorrow will be,
yeah,
you should stick with your gun and never shake. Just have that faith and keep holding on to it.
Okay. All right. Thank you very much.
That is my little
contribution. I appreciate you. Thank you so much, my brother. Have a good evening. Thank you. Monica Fernandez. Hello, Spanish Queen. How are you?
Auntie B, good evening.
Good evening, my darling.
Good evening, house. Obodo fam. Good evening, everyone.
Welcome.
Let's shake this table a little bit. Let's turn it aside.
Go ahead. Turn it upside down. Scatter it.
I'm going to start with the...
Oh, my God.
With the treatment. As a Nigerian woman, the treatment we get from some of our men. Let me use some. No, actually all of them. And we'll also go to the freaky part as well. You see, as a Nigerian woman, we treat our men gracefully, right? We treat them so nice. But a lot of them, they don't give us that treatment in return. Only before you see some of them, or some guys, they can't even take... I was married for 12 years and 6 months. I've never had my ex-husband tell me, get ready. And this was the thing I was doing with my friends before I came to this country. He has never told me, get ready, let's go for dinner.
Right.
All the dinner he has gone with me and some of my friends because we organized it. And he was invited. Right? That is one of the treatment I'm trying to talk about. But if now that he's with someone else, he does all those things. I'm the type that like, hey, if we have weekend, let's travel.
So the person is with now, is he a non-Nigerian woman? The person he's dating now.
A white
woman. Oh, okay.
A Spanish girl.
Okay.
I'm the type that like this. Let's just go for weekend. He will say no. Actually, we shouldn't be wasting money. Right? But as the Nigerian African, the traditional woman that I am, I cannot just go for weekend like that now. Gerard, I'm talking. Go and play somewhere. Bye-bye. We have visitor today. I cannot just go on my own with my friends like that. He will not allow me. And I have to respect that.
Right.
And for the freaky part, some men, they kill the freakiness of their woman. You see a woman coming to kiss you I don't know why you're watching something, you're watching football. You know the kind of kissing she's kissing you is going somewhere else. And the man will just open his mouth. You too spoiled. Come on, stop that. I'm busy now.
Which one be you too spoiled? You be married woman now. Which one be spoiled inside now? I don't understand.
My ex-husband, if my friend see him today, she's in Nigeria now. She used to stay here before. Told my friend's husband that my wife is too spoiled. They pursue me for house. They follow every corner. That's many years back.
He say you're freaky too much.
He said too much.
He say
Okay,
you too.
which one I want? When we too freaky, or be that they reduce freaky volume? I don't understand. Can you reduce it?
Okay. I mean, it tells me one thing, no. If a man is saying that, in your own case, we know your story, Monica, because you shared here before. You brought your husband from Nigeria to Spain, and under your nose, he was cheating. Eventually, left that marriage for even your friend that he was dating then. So we know
I'm
your
telling
story,
you,
which
that
is quite
Kerewa everybody.
pathetic. You carry away everybody, now your money you take bring and come from Nigeria. We know. You've told your story. But what my mind is telling me that if your husband is saying that your freaky is too much, it means that perhaps he's not into you as much as you are into him. Like,
Now
even
I
from your
now I
story,
know now.
yeah, even for your story, Monica, we already know that you love that man. He just
Ah,
married you to
I be
come to
love and
Europe.
die before.
Now you love him. Yeah. Yeah.
So
Because most
if
men
if
will
we
not
want to
complain about
balance
freaky too
this
much.
thing, if we want to balance this freaky thing, call was coming in. If we want to balance this freaky thing, oh no, hold. Oh, if we
Okay,
want to
Monica.
balance this freaky thing, can you hear me?
Yeah, I'm hearing you. Go ahead quickly.
If we want to balance this freaky thing, the man has to understand that a woman, she needs to be in a very safe place where she's not supposed to be judged for her to be freaky. If she wants it 247, it's because she loves you. And don't go
Right.
about telling people or telling her to her face that, hey, come on, you're just too freaky.
Right.
You
Okay.
understand?
Maybe we'll hear from some non-African, non-Nigerian sisters tonight who are here. Maybe they will tell us something they are doing differently. Why, especially the ones that have had the experience of the men they are dating, or the men they've had experience with, Nigerian men who told them, negative things about Nigerian women. Maybe they can tell us what they did differently or what they experienced according to that thing that I read out, that 8 men that were sharing their experience of dating non-Nigerian, their experience of dating non-Nigerian women. Okay. But is a very broad topic, and people will only make their own comments or observation based on their experience or what they've seen with their friends or family members. So, like you now, somebody was saying that Nigerian women are not freaky. You said you were freaky, and your ex-husband was saying you're freaky too much. So you
He
see,
said too much, or I should reduce it. So I don't even know which button to press to reduce it now.
and
You
you know
know?
they take you out, but he's taking Oyibo out now, because so
Ah,
Oyibo know they take that kind of nonsense.
that is the treatment we're talking about. You want a Nigerian woman to be all and all, and you don't give us the treatment that we deserve.
Yeah, we talked about the Oyibo one a while ago when we brought Emmanuel. I haven't seen Emmanuel for a long time. Ma, if you are watching this, how are you? Long time, bro. We miss you. Emma was telling us when we had that conversation about whether Nigerian black men generally treats white women better than they treat their black sisters, and that was the conclusion, was that true, they do
As in
treat white
fact,
women better.
100%.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you so much, Monica. Gotta move on now.
Thank you so much, Auntie B.
I appreciate you, my darling. Have a good evening.
Good evening to you too.
Benga, unmute yourself, please. You're next. Hi, Benga. Can you unmute yourself? Okay, we lost Benga there. Is it Kosid? Oh, okay. Karen, can you hear me? Hello, Karen.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I can hear you. Can
All
you hear?
right. Yeah, I'm hearing you. You're welcome. What do you have to say?
Okay. First and foremost, I would like to say thank you for everything that you have been doing. I've been watching your show since you started, and
Thank you.
and then the second part is I believe that Nigerian men treat non-Nigerian women differently, and in the recent happenings, whereby people, when you build with your man, eventually he will end up leaving you. Well, some people, and now our generation, the I can't come and kill myself generation, now has looked at our parents and they're like, I don't want that type of relationship. I want something better, and it's by force by fire. If you can't give it, it's okay. and there's no emotions to it until they find what they're looking for. And I don't see it as being a gold digger. I feel like I see it as having a preference and not selling yourself short to um getting treated like most of us saw our mothers how they were treated. So it's like, I don't want to get treated like that, so I'm gonna do something different. I want something better, so let me um do something different to get a different result. So I don't think most of our women are gold diggers. Most of them are financially stable. However, they want their man to be on an equal field or higher. And if the woman or the man is not, well, if they're earning lesser, then they will start saying, oh, you're a gold digger, trying to bring that person down, whereby it's not the case. And
Okay.
this generation will not budge anymore. That's what I
Right.
believe.
All right. Thank you very much, Karen. A lot of people in the comment section are agreeing with you. I appreciate your contribution. So basically, Karen has just said that these days, Nigerian women, because of the experiences of the younger generation, are saying they are not going to put up with, doing the traditional African woman like their own mothers did, because they've seen that, to whom much is given, much is expected. So that's what she's basically saying. Okay. Chelsea, I'm going to try again. Let's see. Can you hear me? Call on WhatsApp, Chelsea. Okay. Just call me on WhatsApp. All right. You see, can you unmute yourself, please?
Madam B,
Good evening.
evening. No.
Welcome.
You know what, yeah? Nigeria suppresses potential. And so what happens to Nigerians is when they come abroad, can you hear me?
Yeah, if you can speak a bit louder, it will be better for everyone.
Okay, can you hear me better now?
Yeah, that's better. Thank you.
Okay, so one thing with Nigeria is Nigeria suppresses people's potentials, and when people come abroad, whether it's a man or a woman, they tend to see opportunities that they've never seen before, and they want to explore. Those opportunities may be in relationship, in their professional endeavors and all that.
Yeah.
But now let me talk about relationship.
Okay.
There's a cultural orientation in Nigeria for men and women about what relationship should look like. And when people come abroad, it's a different ball game. And so everybody wants to enjoy that El Dorado of relationship of abroad. Abroad relationship and Nigerian relationship are very, very different.
Absolutely.
And if you come to abroad from Nigeria with Nigerian relationship, Nakoti go carry you now. But another thing again is when people are going into relationship, first of all, you have to check many things. First of all, you have to check your social orientation about the individual. Person where they go club naturally, and person where they go church naturally, come the date. There's going to be a lot of problem.
Right.
You understand? Who a guy who is controlled by his family, and a guy who's not controlled by his family, who's always behaved the way he likes. They are two different people. You can't compare their lifestyles together, because a guy who's controlled by his family, he will depend on decisions from his family to make any choice he wants to make. But a guy who has always taken decisions on his own will take his own decisions independently. So there are so many factors that actually affect the way people.
Do you think that Nigerian women are more demanding than non-Nigerian women? In
I don't
your
actually think
experience.
Nigerian women. I don't think
Mm,
Nigerian women are demanding.
mm,
But the thing is, it depends on who you're dating. If you're dating a professional woman, you go enjoy, she go enjoy.
mm-hmm.
You understand? She go spend money. Women do not spend money going to beer parlor and restaurants, and she's paying.
Mm,
You know, but you can just come back home and she gets you a Gucci shoe. And you go, how
mm-hmm,
much do you buy that? And she says she got it for 600. She liked it and she bought it for you, right?
mm-hmm.
So it depends. See.
So give and
But one
take.
thing yes, it's if you're dating, it depends on who you're dating. If you're dating a girl
Mm-hmm.
that has money, and you have money yourself, you're not
Yeah,
going to complain. You understand?
yeah.
It's when you're going to date a girl who's
Mm-hmm.
struggling, right?
Mm,
And the girl also, because a lot of people also have dependents in Nigeria,
mm-hmm.
right? So everybody's trying to meet up,
Okay.
So there are so many factors in this thing.
Yeah, I hear
There are
you.
so many. And
Yeah,
that's
thank you so
that's
much.
really, yeah, that's all.
Thank you so much, UC. I appreciate you. I get your point. When you date the same tax brackets, then you do things for each other. Okay? But when you go up or you go down, as a man, if you date a struggling woman, of course, she will demand a lot. So this, we have somebody, I pinned this because I didn't want it to escape me. Idrissa. Idrissa Jalo said, good evening, my sister. I am from Sierra Leone. And I have dates with a Nigerian lady. Trust me, my sister. Nigerian ladies demanded too much. Thumbs down, thumbs down, thumbs down. Idrissa, you are looking for a Nigerian woman that is power you cannot reach. Ohun tó ń fọwọ́ ẹ̀ fà, ọwọ́ ẹ̀ ò tó bẹ́ẹ̀. Your hand do not reach Nigerian woman. Nigerian woman is demanding, demanding, demanding. Don't mind that Nigerian woman demanding from you. It doesn't know you are trying to save. Oh my God. The thumbs down is what make me laugh. The way he put all the thumbs down. Benga, please welcome. Good
Hello.
evening.
Hello, Auntie. Good evening.
You're welcome.
Good evening. Thanks for the other day. This topic is a bit personal to individuals, unique to individuals. I've
Yeah,
dated a non-Nigerian. I actually married a non-Nigerian first,
right.
and then yeah, we went our separate ways due to inability to conceive and all that. We went our separate ways. Okay, so after the divorce, my parents said, "Oh, I should go try Nigerian, a Yoruba woman like your
Your
Yoruba.
tribe. Your tribe.
I don't know what, I don't know why you went to Ghana in the first place.
Yeah.
Da. That's
Mm-hmm.
why it didn't work." Okay, I went to Yoruba. Um, in the first place, yeah, the financial bracket was, and the financial instability in Africa played a
Mm,
role because okay, I won't blame her for being dependent
mm.
because I understand also that Nigeria is tough.
Yeah.
If you can't do some of the things most of the wealthy people do in Nigeria,
Mm.
you probably would not match up to the standard and the status
Are you
in
talking
Nigeria.
about
So,
the second one now that your parents wanted you to marry?
yeah. I'm talking about the second one now. So with the oh, give me this, give me that, give me this. Okay, well, that one as well ended up not working.
Did you
Okay,
marry her?
so yes, I did. I paid a bride price.
Mm-hmm.
I brought her to England.
Mm-hmm.
She didn't even stay 3 months in my house. It's
Mm-hmm.
it's it's a whole mess. I can't even see my daughter as we speak right now because
Wow.
she had a daughter for me.
And
I
that
can't.
was your that was your
That
second marriage.
that was my second one. I'm telling you, Auntie, she didn't even stay 3 months in my house. The family, the family took her away. Um, okay, so basically, what it was okay.
Can,
Along the
can
way,
can I say something, Benga, if
yeah,
you don't mind? I don't mean to be rude. I don't know your
no,
situation, but
go on.
if you have one marriage, you married a Ghanaian, it didn't work. Your parents say,
Yeah,
come and marry Nigeria, and
yeah.
it ended quickly as well. Shouldn't you reflect and look inwards to see?
Okay,
Maybe
can I?
you had some problems that is contributing to why these women, I mean, why the relationships are failing.
Okay, can I tell you exactly why this second one did not work?
Yeah.
She had a high expectation because I was meeting all the demands when she was in Nigeria. She didn't know what I was going. My divorce was nasty. I lost my
Mm,
house. I lost a lot of things to that divorce.
I'm sorry.
But I was still doing everything for her and her family in Africa. She
Hmm,
didn't know I was working hard to do that. I had my
hmm.
9 to 5 and I still had a railway job I would go to at night
So
to
was it
keep
like a
her fed.
transactional kind of marriage? Like she was expecting a lot?
That was what it turned out to be, because when she came and she saw the way I was working, obviously she thought, oh, all the money was just coming from me just being a good boy, or maybe she thought I was a Yahoo Yahoo boy. I don't know. But when she came and she saw that I was not that I wasn't comfortable, but what she expected wasn't what she
What
met.
the picture she had is not what she meant. She
Thank
meant
you.
when she came.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I think
Mm-hmm.
she'd spoken to her parents and then they all started playing up. And
Mm.
then, me, I don't want trouble. I just said, you know what, you can go. I'm not forced. Because when
Wow.
a woman starts telling you, oh, this is you, you're not this, you're not that. And Yoruba women's mouth, sister, auntie, is
It's
bad.
true. It's true. I
Is
agree.
bad.
It's
And
true.
it
It's
got
true.
it got to a point I started to reflect on my life, like what did I do wrong?
Mm.
It became
Mm.
it became depressing. It became something where I'm driving to work and I had a near miss 3 times. At that point, I
Wow.
was like, you know what? No, that's enough.
Wow.
I've done
Wow.
everything to bring you here. I would not come and suffer you killing me at the end of the day. No, I'm not having that. So that ended. So where I'm going is, I would not blame any guy that says Nigerian women, but it's not all Nigerian women.
Mm-hmm.
I dated another Nigerian girl in Nigeria. The expectation was buy me freezer, set me up, do this, do that, do this, do that.
Buy me freezer.
You get where I'm coming from.
What's she doing with
And
freezer? She can't buy her own goddamn
even
freezer.
even a working class, even a working class one, they all expect from you. It's not a crime to expect. It's the way and manner
Never
they
date a
go
woman
about
that
it.
cannot buy freezer for herself. Brothers, please. Any woman that cannot buy freezer for herself, run away from
Auntie,
her.
auntie, don't say that,
How much is
because
freezer?
auntie, don't say that. Do you
I
know
will
why
say
I'm
it.
saying to you, don't say that?
No,
I'm
I will
saying to you,
say it.
auntie, I'll tell you not to say that, because
Oh,
at the end of the day, some people are really struggling in Africa. And I know
yeah,
you know this.
yeah.
So if nobody helps, then who does? Who would help?
Let me tell you something, Benga. From the experience of your second marriage, going to
Yeah.
Nigeria, and I want to believe that you were really showing off when you were dating that. Correct me if I'm wrong. That
Auntie,
you're doing things for her, you were giving her money, spoiling
auntie,
her,
I
and
did,
that's why.
I did, I did everything a good guy would do to a girl he loves.
Were you
That was
realistic?
that was
Were
my
you
first child.
realistic? Were you realistic with her about your true circumstances financially?
Auntie, I hid nothing away from her. I even told Auntie, should I bust your bubble? Okay, when
Mm,
she came, I told her before she came that I had debts I was still paying off due to my divorce.
right.
Yeah.
Mm,
This girl looked at me in the eye in my car as I was taking her somewhere. She looked at me and she said, no, she's not getting involved with me paying the debts. That I would have to go face my debts myself.
okay. All right. All right.
Do you get?
I feel a kind of way about that because this is from your divorce. So asking a woman that you are just marrying to
No,
pay
no, no,
towards
no.
your divorce.
Auntie, I'm not asking her to pay it. I
Okay.
never asked her to pay it. But she just came out the blue.
Mm-hmm.
She was in the car when a call came through, and I had to pick up the call. I'm speaking to the creditors, and I'm saying to them, okay, this is it. I've set up IVA. I'm paying this back already. Do you get what I'm
Mm,
saying?
yeah.
All for her to come around and say, come on, I've left the debts to bring
Mm.
you. I've
So
left
she,
the debt to pay
so she
all
she
that.
didn't want you to be paying that.
Not that she didn't. She just came out the blue and said, you know what, that's your cup of tea. You have to deal with that yourself. It's none of my business. No, this is somebody that I'm not her God, but I've done the needful for her. She didn't even know what I went through bringing her here in the first place.
Mm.
And auntie, you know what it is to bring someone here.
Can I ask, was there a gap from when you divorced and when you married this Nigerian girl after your first marriage?
Three good years, auntie. I'll be 40 this year. I didn't want to start taking kids to school at the age of 50.
Right.
So I wanted a child. That was why I needed to do as soon as she told me she was pregnant, I started making room for her to come. Maybe that
Right.
was where I was wrong. Maybe
Yeah.
I was all for I wanted a child.
Yeah. Yeah. Somebody's
That
in the comment section is listening said the marriage was a mistake. She was not in love with you. She was in love with the UK, perhaps coming here. A lot of women, I mean, people back home, whether male or female, will grab every opportunity to go abroad, whether they love you or not. And that's the danger of going back to Nigeria to marry.
Auntie, I'm telling you, even till date, the family that somebody I went to pay a bride price, yeah, the family has not till date called my family to say what's going on between your son and our daughter.
How many children did she have for you before
No,
the
just
marriage
one,
ended?
just one. Auntie, she stayed 3 months. How can she have any other child? 3 months with me in the UK. That's it.
That was quick. Is she back to Nigeria now, or is she still
No,
here?
people begged me to leave her here. She's still here.
Has she got her permanent residence?
Auntie, I won't do that. I'm not stupid.
Okay. I don't blame you. Okay. All right. I mean, someone is saying that you need to go to therapy and get some healing. Yeah. Have you done that? You need to do some work on yourself because believe you me, you sound like a good guy. You come across as somebody who is very genuine. But in relationships, whether we like it or not, we also, no matter how good we are, when a marriage is successful, two people contribute. And when a marriage ends, whether you like it or not, there's a part you played,
Yes.
something you did. So
I
therapy will help you.
I hands up
Those
where I'm
things.
wrong. Every
Yeah.
time I hands up where
Yeah.
I'm wrong. Until
Yeah.
today, I don't blame the girl. And
Yeah.
auntie, I would say it anywhere. I don't blame the girl. The only people I fault in this is her family, her parents.
Yeah. Was it arranged for you? Was she arranged for you
Yeah,
in Nigeria?
She was introduced to me. She was introduced.
I'm sorry.
That's all right.
I'm really sorry.
I'm just saying this because obviously people say it's contractual. It's sometimes when it comes to Nigerian women, it can be a bit contractual. It can be a bit of give and take. And the women kind of, and I'm not saying this is for everybody. It's not for
Yeah.
everybody, but
But
most people, most ladies in Nigeria particularly, because I didn't have this issue with the Ghanaian girl. If not for the fact that she couldn't have a child and she didn't tell me about it, and at the end of the day, she called it quit, not even me.
Right.
Because I even suggested surrogacy, suggested adoption, but because she felt like she felt too ashamed, and she's like, no, she would just free me to go. I did everything I could, but she wouldn't stay.
I understand. Do you know what? It's okay. Things happen for us in life for a reason. So
Yeah,
be
this man said
strong.
to do DNA. I'm going to do DNA. I'm traveling this month to do DNA.
Yeah. Be strong and don't give up. You never know. You might just be lucky the third time, but give marriage a rest for now.
No,
Someone said
no,
it,
no,
and I believe you
no.
should just give it a rest.
I don't
Work
think
on
I want to do
yourself.
it again ever. I don't want to do it
Yeah.
again ever.
Yeah, just give it a rest for now. And
Yeah.
if you want to date, but take some time to heal first, okay?
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you
Thank
so
you,
much,
auntie.
my darling.
Thank
Thank
you.
you for calling. Wishing you the
Cheers.
very best for the future, Benga. Okay, we are moving forward. Manny, are you there?
Yes, ma'am. Hey.
Hello. Hi.
How are you?
Do you want your camera on or should I block your face?
Am I on?
Yes, you are on.
That's
Live
fine.
and direct. Let me put Dangote on your face.
Okay,
You
that's
are the
fine.
richest man in Africa now. Go ahead.
I hope. I wish so. Okay, so I'm just going to be a little bit, quick. I don't want to waste too much time, talking. So I don't like when we're trying to generalize the whole situation of, African women or Nigerian women, and every culture has the good and the bad.
Absolutely.
That's just it.
Absolutely.
Americans, whites, blacks, Chinese, no matter what.
Yeah.
I have to say I've been pretty much blessed to be with my wife. She's, she's African, she's Nigerian. I got to know her from when I was 19. And, I relocated to the States, and we had our issues coming here. She was still back home. I did date, I dated whites, Americans, Hispanics, Spanish. To me, I think you can break it down in different ways. Sometimes Nigeria, I've seen a few of my friends back then that treated American women better because they were trying to get paper.
Of course.
You see what I'm saying? So, they pretty much had to kiss their behind, do everything possible for them to get their paper. So that's one aspect of it.
Right.
From my own viewpoint, sometimes Nigerian guys have to do that to get their paper going, and they do whatever they have to do.
Yeah.
For me, I didn't need to go that route because my dad fought for me to come here. So I didn't see the need, to treat someone special than how they're supposed to be treated, So I respected them, but at the end of the day, I knew I really wanted to be with my African Nigerian woman. And, we've been married for almost 15 years now, and there's no, she's great,
no drama.
So no drama, no problem,
Wow. Well done.
So, yeah.
Did you marry her from Nigeria?
Yeah, I went back home to Maria. Yeah, then I passed for.
It works out for some people. It works out for some people.
Yeah, it does. I really don't advise people doing that. I think my case is a little bit different because I knew her before I left the country. So we're already dating before I left. So yeah, so I think mine might be a little bit different from the way folks go back home to marry and bring the wife here, and it becomes a different ball game. And most time Nigerian guys, they want a 19th century woman, forgetting that we live in the 21st century. You want the woman to be cooking for you, going to work, doing all these things, and you just want to go out, drink, come home, and chill. It doesn't work like that. You see what I'm saying? So for me, my wife works hard. So I'm not gonna wait. My own schedule is a little bit better than my wife's schedule. She's in the medical field, and it is in the medical field. So I don't expect my wife to come back home and start washing dishes. I don't expect my wife to come back home and start cooking.
Good man. Good man.
So all those are taken care of, whereby, she comes home and she feels good, and that goes a long way to making your marriage work.
You have kids?
I have 2 kids. I have 2 daughters, 14 and 10.
Wow.
You see? And and one thing is you have to not just love your wife, you have to be friends and like to be around your wife or like to be around your husband. I mean, people say, I love my wife, I love my husband, but do you like them? Do you want to be around them? You see what I'm saying? So me, every instance I have with my wife, we sneak out. We go to the movies, we go out to eat. Once in a while, we take vacations. It doesn't have to be expensive vacation. It can just be driving an hour out of town. Just do stuff together that keeps you going. So there's a lot of things that we all have to do, not just Nigerian women or Nigerian men. No, you can't be living in a foreign land and think things will be the same way like when you live in Nigeria. It doesn't work like that.
Amen.
You know what I mean? And that just I have a respectful wife. I respect her. She respects me. We love each other, and I'm not saying we don't have issues. We do fight every once in a while, but
of course
that's expected. So I just think, like I said, it's just different things that comes into play when you're talking about, Nigerian women, and you have Nigerian women that have their issues, you have American women that have issues. So we can't just keep generalizing and making some every Nigerian woman is crazy or demanding, it's just that's just not right. So that's my little stuff to say.
Manny, what tribe are you from, if you don't mind me asking?
I'm from Delta, actually. My dad is the Igbo speaking part, close to Asaba, and my mom is from Ugeli.
Wonderful. You see why I don't like stereotype? The kind of stereotype they stereotype Delta men, you would think they're the worst scum on this earth. But look at you. Look at you, like a shining example of the husband and the father. Well done. Well done for representing. And in fact, I enjoy talking to you. You're amazing. God bless you and your family.
Thanks. All right, you too. Take care.
Bye. Oh my God. What a man. What a man. What a man. What a man. What a very good man. Concede. Can you unmute yourself now before the internet will kick you out again, please? Concede. Can you hear me? Uh-oh.
Yep, I can.
Hello?
Hello? Hello?
Concede, I can't hear you.
Can you hear me?
I'm trying to add you. I know you've been trying to get into the studio, so I'm trying to prioritize your call. Unfortunately, internet is not friendly with you. I don't know what's happening, so we're gonna move on to Tsega.
Focus. Bruno, come here. Bruno, I am out. Leave me
Tsega,
alone. Oh, go downstairs. Go.
Tsega, now your children are here.
Oh my goodness. I'm so sorry. Good afternoon, Auntie B.
Good afternoon. Welcome.
Thank you, ma'am. I believe that most of the men that think like this are usually the ones that that end up being controlled by foreigners, like by women from other races. Why am I saying this? Most of my husband's friends, she's married to a white woman. He takes care of the kids. He feeds the kids. Even though he goes to work, they will keep the breast milk in the bottle. He has time of schedule of the days he takes care of the kids. But if it was married to a black woman or a Nigerian woman, for a little assistance, he will say, "Oh, you grow feathers."
Listen to that man in that car that was saying that men they change diapers. It's men.
Yes, that's where I'm coming from.
In obodooyinboconnect. Hi.
You need to help.
Let us jam that kind of
money back home. Let our men not forget that back home we used to have aunties and uncles that used to help. Our mothers, even though they did a lot of stuff, they didn't do it all alone. They will have maybe their younger sister in the house or a house help assisting. You can't, a woman abroad here, America here, you can't have a house help, or you still have to go to work. You can't do everything. And you say, "Oh, because I'm making the money. You come back home and you expect food, you expect everything. You don't show that, okay, I love this person." Then the resentment starts. It's just, these things are just simple logic. Nobody has to teach anybody. So if you say, "Oh, an African woman is too demanding," I don't really believe that, because if you say an African woman is demanding, let's call a spade a spade. When you put those same things a white woman will request for you to do in the house, and an African woman should request for you, you would see most men would do it for the white woman. Because my husband's friend, he keeps complaining. He goes say, "Today, now my day today, I can't go out. Today, now my this one, I have my this woman, she will send me back." He's complaining, but he cannot say anything. But if it was an African woman, he will back at her. "Hey, I can't do it. I bring the money to the house." All those little things. Let's be human to each other. If you are a man, imagine that you are the one doing all these things this woman is doing. Won't you need assistance too? Before you start giving her all the load on her head, and you feel that, oh, because back home the women do everything, let's see finish.
If you want to do back home in the diaspora, your marriage will end very quickly. It will end very quickly.
We are strong, yes, like we do everything, but still, that intimacy you want to enjoy. We need to see you, we need to feel it that you love us, to enjoy that intimacy. If you don't assist us and then you come to the bed, I'm tired.
Yeah.
But even if I'm not tired, I'm already angry that, okay, the baby needed diaper change and I was cooking and you refused to help. Why were I now performing in the bed? Because I'm already upset. Yeah. So it's just simple understanding. It's not a matter of who, but the truth still remains the truth. Most of them will give more attention and assistance to a different race than they will give to their own African or Nigerian, because they feel that they don't know how to finish. After all, what he go do? He go come and he go complain. He not go do anything. Anything what I do, I will do. We will just keep burying. If then we say we don't want to do it anymore, I'm tired of this. Then they say, "Oh, she's grown feathers." Yeah, it's because she has come to America. We see all these things every time. Just do what you can and assist. If the woman complains, understand where she's coming from. Don't start drawing yardsticks and saying, "Oh, it's because you are now working. It's because you are now following this person on social media." No.
He said once African women make small money, the marriage is in trouble. What a very very judgmental and completely irresponsible statement to make.
Exactly. Just listen attentively to where her complaint is coming from. It's just a little bit of assistance she's requesting for. Okay, come back home. She's not yet back from work. Okay, what do we need? Maybe you go to the store.
Now the women said they tired me. Women, as much as we're saying it, we saw that our brother now that came now, and I was complimenting him that he's a good man. Come and see them in the comment section. So you are complimenting, and now we praise men for doing what is should be normal. We praise men for doing what is the standard. Now, wow, can't please human being. Thank you so much, Telga. Let me take this call. Hello, you're welcome. Can you put your YouTube off so that I can hear you? Yeah, your YouTube is on. Do you mind putting it off so we can hear you? Please put your YouTube off. Put your YouTube off. I can't hear you except you put it off.
Okay.
Yeah, you're welcome. Where are you joining us from?
I'm calling from South Africa.
Okay.
You see, I just want to join this conversation to make a contribution in respect of my own observation. I think what really is the case about Nigerian men vis-a-vis their men has to do with the kind of orientation we have back home in Nigeria.
Are you a Nigerian man?
We need to keep that. Yeah, of course, I am.
Okay, go ahead.
Yeah, when you take a look at the way our system is, our economy, the cultural demands, and the expectations of families between a man and a woman who is going to make a family or who is going into a relationship. You find out that there is a lot of cultural demands which brings about tension in the relationship. For example, I had this friend of mine who had been living in the UK for some time, for about 6 years or thereabout. When he left Nigeria, I've been in contact with this lady. They had been friends, and because the guy was very enterprising and explorative, he left Nigeria, went to the UK, and then all his focus when he got to the UK was to bring over this woman, to the UK. Somehow, things changed because this guy finished his studies, and then there was a lot of pressure because already he had kept, this young lady back home, and the family of the girl in this case was pressurizing this young man, to come back home if he had completed his studies. And this young man made everything. He laid the cards on the table.
I can hear you very well. It's not very clear, my brother, I'm afraid. Can you guys hear him very well? It is breaking. Can you, I'm hearing, but it's kind of breaking. Yeah, can you summarize? Because you don't 5 minutes. Yeah, if you can summarize, bros, please.
Okay, the top guy, under the pressure, the girl's family members, back home because he didn't want to disappoint this lady. But lo and behold, as this guy went home, because prior to his coming, there was a job this lady was.
Unfortunately, that's why I don't like WhatsApp. I'm sorry, my brother, if you're listening, but that wasn't working at all. Right. If you want to contribute, come to the studio. The link is in the comment section. Please don't call. Okay? Because these calls are not always, Oyibo has done they've done it for us that we can easily just, have a conversation. It's like streaming live. You don't need to call. Adewale, you're welcome.
Good evening, TB. Can you hear me clearly?
Yes, my dear. What do you have to say?
Yeah, so whenever I heard like like Nigerian men, but I don't have any of them as friends. But whenever I hear them talk, they're usually the older ones. And one thing I notice is like the type of women they date or they want are of two types. Is either they're looking for the Nigerian woman who would be as subservient as their mothers and grandmothers were, or
Mm-hmm.
they're
Mm-hmm.
dating just one type of Nigerian woman who solely depends on them and the billings come and everything. I'm like, not every Nigerian woman is like this. Like Nigeria is so big, you have so many tribes. There's different types of Nigerian women.
Massive. Nigeria is massive.
Exactly. So if you're only dating the ones who are just after you for your money, then you start looking for the ones who are a bit who are
You are looking for
independent.
homely ones, the ones that will stay at home that cannot talk when you are talking. That's why you end up with the ones that you
Exactly.
are the
So
one
and
footing
and
all their bills.
exactly, and we're in the 21st century. Like, there's no, like, you can't still be looking for women who are just like your mothers. It's not going to work. So, whenever I just hear that statement, Nigerian women, and I'm like, I can't relate because I was raised by a Nigerian mom, and I mean, she is very hardworking. So I don't know what they're talking about. I really don't know. And also for me, whenever I'm with non-Nigerian women, I'm not trying to, bash any non-Nigerian. I'm just saying for me, I always feel like I have to change myself because, and there's certain things I have to go extra mile to make sure they understand where I'm coming from. But when I'm with Nigerian ladies, I don't have to do that. We just connect automatically. And I prefer that. I don't know. So I don't know what they're talking about. I don't know what they're talking about. I think they need to change their mindset and orientation. That's just all I wanted to say. And to be thank you very much.
Thank you so much. Change your mindset and your orientation. Okay, if you say like that, where did the man come from? Is it Sierra Leone? That you say you date Nigerian women. Nigerian women are too expensive, bro. Bro, that is dating Nigerian. Are you? I just couldn't laugh. He was giving thumbs down. Oh my god. Nigerian women. Oh my god. Lizzie, unmute yourself, please. You're welcome. Hi, Lizzie. Can you hear me?
Hello. Yes, I can hear you. Can you hear me
Thank you,
too?
Adewale. Thank you so much. Eh? Can you guys hear Lizzie? Me, I can't hear Lizzie. Oh. Teen Lizzie. Okay. Olu, can you hear me? Unmute yourself.
Is
Let's
it
try.
better now?
I think there's a lot of connection. There's a lot of connection problem tonight.
Hello.
Oluti is not hearing me. Okay,
Oh,
Chelsea, I'm coming to
hello.
you.
Hello. Hi.
We're rounding up now, so let me come to you, Chelsea.
Hi, everyone.
Because you don't try, tire.
Can I speak now?
Chelsea, can you hear me? Hmm? Did you hear me? Welcome.
Good evening, Auntie B.
Welcome.
I love this topic you brought today. It's very necessary.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I have some points I want to make because this thing about saying that Sierra Leone guy, for example, said Nigeria women are too expensive. First of all, I understand where he's coming from in the sense that Sierra Leoneans, first of all, men, they're not the also Nigerian men. They are too laid back, most of them. So now they see a woman where they vibrant, where they need. Now it be like say too rich to handle for them. And they cause that kind of talk.
I'm not sure say get any men for Africa. The whole, in fact, not only Africa, the whole of this world, no men they hustle like Nigerian men.
Now they talk so. Now they make them talk like that. Say Nigerian woman too expensive.
If you talk about Nigerian men, if you talk about black men, Nigerian men, they hustle.
Thank you. So that one, they make and they talk like that. Because me, say again one time I don't fair talk and say me, I don't experience different people from different countries. I don't live, visit, almost all the southern region countries. I've seen all types of Africans. And even presently, my very good friends are from different African countries. First of all, the ones that are close to me, I will use 3 countries as a sample for ladies: South Africa, Zimbabwe, and Namibia. These 3 people, they are closer to me right now. So I want to use them as a case study. First of all, the Nigerian guys, now they date these 3 people. And they see the way that they worship these girls, And I will speak to these guys. I will tell them, say, if a Nigerian woman, you go do this for them, will you do so? And I ask them this question. But they know they give me answer. They got the only answer where they go talk be say, hey, all these girls they're not stressed now. If I just buy them food, I give the shopping money, I party with them.
Somebody do video.
Don't lie down.
Chelsea, somebody do video once upon a time. It does say all the things when Nigerian men they bring to the table, can't they praise Nigerian men? Say their own country men, no, they do like that. Say Nigerian men go call Uber for you. Nigerian men go do this. Nigerian men go do this. So somebody here now say, Miss Me and say Auntie B, most of us say Alonian men are lazy. So what I find in my own experience, I have friends and Nigerians and non-Nigerians. A lot of Nigerian men date outside Nigeria, Africa, or worldwide. Yes. But you don't find a lot of Nigerian women dating African men who are not Nigerian.
Yes, it's true.
Nigerian women, most Nigerian women will not date a man that is not a Nigerian man from Africa. It ain't hard.
At all. It's true.
Because Nigerian men don't set the standard so high. How you can't go date somebody where they lazy now? When you say no, say you know lazy. It's not possible.
Thank you. Now they try to tell you because me, I dey live among different national right now. So I dey see behaviors. Congolese. What do we me I just tell you what they describe them here. Now I just give you all the names so they describe everybody here. Congolese will go call them.
No call their name. No call that.
They will call them for here.
No call those kind of names. Made an obvious.
So, okay. No, I just give you samples or wait till they talk. The same Nigerian men now, I don't see where I go sit down with these girls and these guys, these are our fellow Nigerian guys. I go see the way that they worship grand.
Because their men know they bring much. A lot of their men know they bring much to the table. So when they say Nigerian man, it be like God for their eye. Meanwhile, we want more. Nigerian women want more because we serve not the slack. That's the truth.
Thank you. You go see a Nigerian guy and you go wake Nigerian girl up, tell him say, may go make food for her. But you go there with another national. You don't go wake her up, may go find food. Or now you go enter kitchen, go find food by yourself. Or you go make order, say, may they bring food for her. Why you not send her to kitchen? But you go say the Nigerian woman not good. Now you go still say Nigerian woman not good. Now you go still say, you go see her, you go worship her, you go over help her carry puppy. I don't see when Nigerian boy they carry puppy for woman, they work out like handpulse.
One time when I see one of my friends and one lady I worked with one time marry somebody from marry a guy from I think Ivory Coast, either Ivory Coast or Cote d'Ivoire, I can't remember. I was very surprised. Nigerian lady, I was like, wow, it's nice to see a Nigerian woman married to a non-Nigerian African because it's not very common. They do marry, but very rarely. As a matter of fact, some Nigerian women will never date a black man that is not African. If they are dating Africans, that's the truth. You understand? They will tell you, no, this one knows a bit dress. You wear red shirt on yellow trouser. No way. Because Nigerian men know this slack. That's the truth. But this one will call the talk. So why some Nigerian men call the bash us? They call the bash our sisters.
Now they try to talk. See, you see, because they believe, they want us to be that way where we did for Nigeria, where they in charge. Because our society, in a man's society, so they want Nigerian women to still remain that way.
So they work, if it work.
So my women, they do all those cultural things for them. Then before they believe that the woman a good woman.
No.
First of all, we don't. This is 21st century, number one, and also we don't they live outside Nigeria. So you expect to they do things like 50-50 with each other now.
If they are the waka for street now, if I see men, if I just see black man, now instantly I go know whether it be Nigeria or not. You understand? If I still see women, I go still know whether they be. There's something about Nigerians that I don't know. We recognize each other. Even before a Nigerian person will speak, if I say Nigeria, I will know. You understand?
Of course.
You understand?
We go over identify different national. Before if we even see some national, like me, I get this mindset. If I just see a black, they come, I don't know which country they come from immediately.
When I did university, Chelsea Brown.
I don't already know, so they're not in Nigeria.
Yes, when I did university, I see some women like that. When I was going to university here in the UK, and I had some friends in my class, and they are black sisters from other African countries. And over time, I had to make sure that, because they say if you are friends with somebody, the person needs to reflect something about you. You understand? I can't get to tell them, say, my sister, all this when addressing so you know work. Oh yeah, we could first go look how we want to change the world to make sure that, because I don't want to be like, it's not like I'm saying that other people don't know how to dress or people don't know how to put themselves together. But what I'm saying is that Nigerians usually stand out. We stand out, whether male or female. The bashing is not allowed. They shouldn't bash us. Oh yeah, summarize. I want to end now.
No, the only thing I want just to say, our Nigerian men need to change. Stop bashing Nigerian women.
Amen.
Some of you too, you are not good. Because some of them, what they worry most of some of our Nigerian men, they say, first of all, they don't decolonize that their head. When they believe, say, anybody will not be in Nigeria, he get level. Automatically get level. They need to decolonize that their mind, first of all. They need to treat every woman or men where you meet equally
with respect,
as a human being.
Yes.
First of all, with respect.
Yes.
That is the way we will move forward. Because if we not try, I don't see where a friend, a wife tell us, say, if you know one, that a wife now another national, I don't want to mention the country. A wife tell her for my present. He tell her say, if he just smoke quarrel with a quarrel, he say more share property, more share gari, make could they go. The guy begin with that they beg. That's what she just tell her, like, you know when a Nigerian woman talk that kind of thing, you don't over endure. You don't need to endure. Just talk straight up. Because of small thing. But if na Nigerian woman talk like that, you go say he don't get shoulder. Now me carry her call US. Now me carry her call here. Now me pay school for her. Now so she get right now to they talk to me. You see?
Make we just treat people. Just treat people the way you want to be treated.
Treat people with respect.
Yeah.
National, we shouldn't be looking at national. Treat everybody, anybody where your heart follow, no problem. But treat everybody. Don't be saying you're going to bash your own women for another woman.
Thank you very much, Chelsea. Thank you. Anybody, this is what I will say to, if you are not Nigerian, you are listening to the BO, check your WhatsApp. I don't know what's happening. My link is not being posted. Check your WhatsApp BO so you can use it to come to the studio. I sent you the link. I don't know if I post it, it's not coming up. I don't know. It says it's having problems. So I don't know. If you are a non-Nigerian and you are listening to this, whether you are African or African American, Afro-Caribbean, if a man is coming to you and is already bashing his own ethnicity, talking negatively about his own people, people who are supposed to be his sisters, be wary of that kind of a man. That's what I will tell you. Because that tells me something about that kind of a person. If you are bashing your own people, and it's the same thing if a woman is bashing their, if a Nigerian woman is bashing men, for instance, you're bashing Nigerian women, hey, this Nigerian man, and you are a man that are about to date that woman, you better be careful. Be careful. Because that tells me something about your personality, who you are. You are a complainant. You are somebody that, I cannot trust you if you start bashing your own people. No. It's a red flag. Thank you, Miss Mia. I just love Miss Mia. David, unmute yourself, please. It's not right. You shouldn't bash anybody. If you are bashing people, that tells me something about you. You are not a good person.
Hello. Hi.
You are not a good person. Can you people hear David? I don't know.
Hello.
Me, I cannot hear. Oh.
How you doing? Hello.
You are not a good person.
Hello.
So all of you ladies that are listening that were saying in the
Hello.
comment
Can you hear me
section and
now?
those who posted on that other video saying how you have experience of Nigerian men bashing Nigerian women, you better be careful with men like that, because the real Nigerian men that we love and respect, the real ones, that are not Mongo Parks, they will not do a thing like that. Even if they have negative experience, they will isolate it. They are not going to come and be making blanket statements like, oh, Nigerian women are bad, Nigerian women did this, Nigerian women did that. That's completely wrong. It don't
Hello.
make
Can you hear
sense.
me now?
It don't make sense at all.
Hello.
Bio, I don't know
Hello.
what is happening. No, I
Hello,
swear,
Auntie
I don't
B.
know what is happening with
Hello.
this. My children are fighting me that we should change our provider. I think I'm going to do it. Bio, let me call you because I can't hear you. I can't bring you to the studio. Yeah, so we can just end this here now.
Auntie B.
Welcome. Yeah.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
I appreciate you. Good to hear from you.
Thank you.
I know I've been making some comments on the platform, so I just want to clarify. And please, before I say anything, we know definitely in this life nothing is absolute.
Yeah.
So I'm one person that I don't like it when people address things absolutely like stereotyping.
Yeah.
You understand?
Yeah.
Out of every 12, there must be a Judah.
Yeah.
Right? So definitely, even they say Nigerians are doing this, it's not all Nigerians, of course. You understand? But I'm just going to say this before I say what I want to say. But I'm saying most likely, based on my experience. Okay? So when I was saying something there, this is not a Nigerian thing. In life, you cannot give what you don't have.
Absolutely.
We accept ourselves as Nigerians that we come out from a culture, a system whereby Nigerian men definitely put themselves in front financially on a normal situation. Okay? Average Nigerian man is a man that want to take care of all financial responsibilities. That is the environment that we came out from. And from that, most Nigerian women have already seen it that Nigerian men are nice people financially, and all that. So definitely, if they go to other race that are already used to maybe a kind of, when I say 50-50, don't really mean it must be 50-50 exactly. Like a 50-50 kind of thing.
Yeah.
You understand what I mean?
Yeah.
So let's start with the basics. Because this is I can go ahead and give true life experience here. Of course, in this place, I've met different kind of race by the grace of God. I've met white, black, different race, depending on how they were raised.
Yeah.
But I noticed one thing. What I noticed is that we Nigerian men, we cause that problem because we are always forward with money.
Right.
Normally. Which
Yeah.
is the truth.
Which is the way you were socialized.
Bad thing for most women because they see it as expression of one's love and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, please give this video a thumbs up. Give it a thumbs up. People are not thumbing up this video. Are you enjoying this conversation?
Give the video a thumbs up, please, guys. We are doing a great job here.
Yeah, we're having these conversations. They are very, very important conversations. David, I'm coming to you. I can hear you now. Just bear with me, please. Okay, go ahead, Bill.
All right. So at the end of the day, you see that these have been there. For instance, over here, if you go to any environment, you go to a club, for instance, I know this is not a club matter, or outing where other foreigners come to and they meet Nigerians. Now, because they are already used to Nigerians, they won't expect you to buy them something, what they don't even expect their own nationality to do. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
They expect you to pay and buy things for them. If you meet a Nigerian girl in this abroad, 99% of the time, if you like, let her get the 6-figure earner, let her be in another state, let you be in another state. If you try to make you guys meet, like dating, get to know yourself, there are a lot of financial involvement in these things. You understand what I mean? You might necessarily not really need that you need something from the girl, but you might say, okay, let me just buy a ticket to this girl's area, let us just meet one-on-one, get to know each other and all that, or invite the girl. Some girls, most likely Nigerians, they don't even think that, oh, well, it's the man's interest to come and meet me. He's spending all this kind of cash. Let me see where I can still say, oh, rather than paying for that hotel, maybe you can do this cheaper for you. I don't know if I'm making sense here, you know? So at the end of the day, you will see that most Nigerian women, they react like people that who wants to have a man do 100%, and they will still come out and start complaining. The man don't help me in this, the man don't help me in that. Honestly, if a man is giving you too much financially, more than likely, you can't beat around the bush. Even if it's a jobless man, you know, but getting his money through another means or whatever, people will expect you to do most of the domestic work.
Bill, I'm not getting your point, too.
Okay.
I'm not getting your point. What are you trying to say? Are you saying that Nigerian women are materialistic?
Is that I'm saying that Nigerian women that are expectant, that are lazy, for instance, not financially lazy, lazy to contribute to their relationship, in terms of marriage and everything.
Yeah.
Do you understand?
Yeah.
Like, whether you earn big money, that's what I'm saying. I'm not talking about women that are suffering. Some women can earn and be selfish. Some women might not have, but are willing to understand that this relationship, this marriage, and my husband, we are together.
Yes.
Does that make sense?
I understand this point now that
I can be telling you on this platform.
Yes.
What is Bill talking about? How much does the man have? That's not what we're saying.
No, because it's kind of confusing. The way you presented it, to be honest, I didn't understand you before.
100% financially, where you yourself, you are earning billions or whatever you are earning, and yet you don't still want to put something.
Do you know somebody like that that's contributing 100% and the partner is not putting anything, the wife is not putting anything?
Yes, things like that, or relationship too. Do you understand? You know?
Oh my, I say, Bio, where are you meeting this kind of women? Me too, I don't know. Where are you meeting them?
Meeting which kind of women?
That will bring zero. That will not contribute to anything. Even they are making a lot of money and making the man to do everything. I don't know where they are. I've never seen.
Well, of course, you know that I'm not talking about in the marriage. Of course, you know what I'm talking about here. Do you understand?
I don't.
What I'm saying is that I don't know. Omaya can say that's our own. Omaya is treating issues personally. Do you understand? It's not a personal thing.
No, she's not treating it personally. It's because I'm trying to have okay. Have you met somebody like that yourself?
Yeah, didn't I just tell you something? I said I've met even a Nigerian girl.
It's a relationship. You are not married. Okay, you had a relationship with a Nigerian girl that was not willing to contribute anything.
Not just one. I've met doctors, I've met INers, Nigerian girls with Nigerian mentality. That's what I'm trying to tell you. You will see the Nigerian mentality. I've met an American girl that don't even have good job. After we went out first date, second date, the third time, she was the one that just ring to me and said, there's this Italian restaurant around I want us to go.
Somebody say you should change your circle of women.
You said?
Ruby say you should change your circle of women.
Yeah, of course, so I agree with Ruby. Of course, you know, I'm not saying they are not, that's why I started with this when I said that this issue, nobody should take it personal. I'm only analyzing most likely those ones that we are seeing. I'm not trying to say that it's everybody. There are good Nigerian girls out there who are willing to share or invest in meeting a guy too as well. But I'm telling you, 99% of the time,
the ones you've met,
Nigerian girls from the Nigerian mentality.
Yeah, the ones you've met,
the man,
yeah,
put 100%. That's what
and that's a relationship. There's a difference between relationship and marriage.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying now. What starts in relationship is not what goes on in a marriage. Let's say, for instance, a man, you've not even married a girl, but everything you're already doing it in a relationship for years. Of course, that's why I'm gonna go continuously.
Okay.
Come on. Is it not what you see in a relationship you're going to use to judge marriage?
Yeah, because you know.
You're going to judge differently.
Okay. No, hold on. You sound very triggered tonight, Bill. Calm down. Okay.
No, I'm not triggered. I'm not even, before I'm on a live show. Since I'm using WhatsApp, I'm not getting that same interaction. Please don't misunderstand me, please.
That's okay. That's all right. I'm trying to get to your point.
Okay.
Yeah, because I know you're a very reasonable person. I mean, we appreciate your opinion here, but I'm trying to get to your point because you see, the difference I see is that a lot of women don't like investing in relationship because they don't know where it's going to lead to. The guy might not marry them. So they prefer to invest financially in a marriage when there is a committed relationship. Ladies, am I right or wrong? Okay, this is what I see. So if you are still dating, especially if you just met, they don't know. Maybe you just want to smash and go. So why would they commit financially to that? So I think it's all about the sort of relationship that you find yourself in. Okay, if it's a committed relationship, whether you are not married, it's different from if you just meet people and expecting that people should. I mean, the dynamics of relationship in the diaspora and Nigeria is different. Okay.
All right. So, Auntie B, yeah, thank you very much. I would like to drop it here, but I just want you to give me an answer to this scenario, please.
Okay.
Drop it.
Okay.
This scenario is like this. Let's say a Nigerian guy meets a girl. It's in America, okay? She's in a different state, okay? And the man put all effort, listening, and invest because you are the person that really wants to meet the person, and you invest everything.
I want you to be specific. What do you mean by invest? In what?
Invest, like for instance, they are what they call interstate relationship now. You have to fly down, pay for hotel, meet her, spend some time, right? All that.
Yeah.
Maybe you did it twice. The second time, the third time, the guy might say, okay, let me come see you.
Yes.
You buy a ticket, she comes and visit you, and she went back.
Yeah.
And you buy ticket again, you go the fourth time. A normal girl that understand this thing would, not because the money you don't have it. Some girls, that's the first point I said initially, maybe you didn't get it.
I did. Go ahead. I did.
This time I'm going to see him. Let me just buy my ticket. I'm like expecting everything. Does
Yeah.
that make sense? I
Yes.
understand.
Yes.
But most Nigerian girls believe that if I do anything, not because they don't have the money, do you understand? They could have it. They could do it. They can even use their own money to buy a ticket to Jamaica and spend $2,000. They are big girls. I'm not talking of riff-raff girls here. You understand what I'm saying? But they will just feel if I do. They
should feel that you should be the one that is paying for the ticket and everything. Yeah. That's wrong. That's wrong. No, that's wrong. That's wrong. As a matter of fact, Bill, I would advise you if you are dating a woman who you know for sure she's financially capable and you've gone to see her in another state once, you've gone twice, you spend money on travel, you spend money on hotel, and you just to build a relationship. And if she wants to come and see you for the third time and cannot even pay her own ticket, then I don't think you should continue with that relationship. No, I don't support that. I don't like selfishness. That's selfishness. That's selfishness. I don't like it.
Selfishness.
Yes, no, that's selfishness. That's not good. That's a bad foundation for a relationship. If you've done it once, you've done it twice, she should be able to reciprocate to show that she's committed to having a relationship with you. Okay? So if this is the situation that you are trying to explain, you've had an experience, then that relationship is not for you. Just let it go.
Thank you. Thank you very much for answering that.
Okay.
And, I don't know, for whatever reasons, maybe I'm not really okay for today's show, but that's fine.
It's okay. No, we understand you now. You got to the point eventually.
I'm not generalizing Nigerian women.
Yeah, you got to your point eventually.
What I've experienced and what I see.
Yeah.
And like I said, most of the course is based on the Nigerian men, the way they put it to spoil the women already. So most of them already have that kind of thinking. That's all.
All right. Thank you very much, Bio. I appreciate you. You got to the point eventually. You got to it. It took a while, but you got there in the end. You got there in the end. Thank you, Bio. I appreciate your contribution, bro. Right. So Bio is saying that some ladies, some Nigerian women, even if they are financially capable, don't like to spend any money when they are dating. Okay? So that one will not encourage. But the danger of it is that because you've dated one or two Nigerian women that are like that, doesn't mean that Nigerian women are like that. This is your experience, and that's why people are saying, change your circle. Brother Bio, change your circle. Sister Gigi say, a classic Nigerian woman pay her own way. Give it up. Give it up for Sister Gigi. David, I'm coming to you. I'm so sorry it's taking a while. You're welcome.
Hi everyone, how y'all doing?
We are good, thank you. Where are you joining us
Good.
from?
I'm in Canada. I
Okay. What do
good.
you have to say?
Yeah, I just want to add up to the conversation. I believe it's a very exciting one, and I believe a lot of people are going to learn from this.
Okay.
Um, for me, rather than saying why do Nigerian men, talk down on Nigerian women, I think I'd rather rephrase it in the sense that that's based on individual. I wouldn't say all our women, are really that down. No, like you said, most of Nigerian women are doing beautiful things for themselves, very intelligent, smart, gorgeous, hardworking women. However, I believe this is more of how Nigerian women are being perceived by, the Nigerian brothers here in diaspora compared to other African, ladies. A lot of people on your platform have spoken from a marital point of view.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I will be coming from a much more younger perception, from someone who's looking to get married. And I would say, from my personal, this is just my personal opinion. It doesn't mean I'm, speaking for a lot of people.
Yeah.
I'm speaking for myself and just from my little bubble, from the conversation I have with my friends and people at large in my community here in Canada. There's this thing we do understand about our Nigerian sisters. In spite of them being very smart and intelligent, they have this problem when it comes to cultural fits from a social point of view. I don't mean all Nigerian women, no, but this is just like I said, my perception and from my bubble. When it comes to cultural fits, and that's why you find a lot of Nigerian men going after other girls or other women in other part of Africa. And the reason simply is because we find our girls a little bit more complex when it comes to having conversation, getting to the basic things of life. I'll give an example. And you just imagine you trying to date a girl, you're asking a girl out on a date, you find it, it's so complex and so difficult, just having a talk or chat with the Nigerian lady.
Mm.
A Nigerian lady, they have this, not, I won't say they have, but some have this mentality of, oh, every guy that takes you out wants to spike your drink. Every guy that takes you out wants to have sex with
Hold
you.
on, hold on a minute. Hold on. Let's not make some assumptions and generalization here. Let's be specific, okay? Are you talking about your experience living in the diaspora and your experience with Nigerian women, or is this dating girls, Nigerian girls in Nigeria?
Oh, like I said, this is from my perception and from my bubble in my community here.
Where?
I
Where
don't
is
mean
here?
all. I don't
Where?
mean all. I'm just
Yeah,
saying it's just a perception about
yeah, I know.
how our girls
What do you
are
mean by
perceived.
here? Where is here?
I told you I'm from Canada. Like,
Right. Okay, so
yeah.
you've experienced that with Nigerian girls in Canada.
Yeah, it's not just about my opinion, like I'm saying. It's just
Mhm.
it's a perception of a certain bubble in my community. Not just even Nigerian
Is it
men.
reality or is just a perception? I need you to be specific.
Oh
There's a
yeah, I'm
reason
speaking
why.
of reality, yeah. And
Okay.
that's the more reason why you find it very difficult for Nigerian women dating, other men from other country. Not because they don't want to, and other men from other country are not lazy. It's not
So
all.
you're
Some are
saying
very
that
hardworking.
they want to spike your drink?
No, no, no. I'm saying some Nigerian ladies have that mentality of, oh, this guy wants to spike my drink. And that's why I
Oh,
said it
okay.
cultural fits. That's what I'm
Okay.
trying to say. I
Okay.
don't mean
Spiking your
all.
drink and having carry with them. They think that's what
Exactly.
you are up to.
That's the mentality some do have. So they're always very
Okay.
vivid with men and they make it very complex with men to have a conversation. So my
And
point here, So my
mhm,
point here is, I'm not here to knock down ladies or no. It's a learning curve for both the men and for the women. So what I'm
mhm.
just trying to say is, I think, education also helps, both the men and the women understand themselves better. On a simple notes, every Nigerian man will always want to be with their Nigerian, sisters. To be honest, like because you have better communication, you have better understanding. So for me, and that's a big struggle for a lot of Nigerian women. Yeah, and that's why a lot of them, yeah, they're not married, not because they're not beautiful, because they find it difficult to fit in into so many social amenities. And I'm just speaking, like I said, from my bubble as well, from where I am. A lot of them are beautiful, educated, but they
Somebody
find it
said that they
difficult.
don't know the Canada that you are speaking. Bumi said
About
I don't know the Canada he's talking about.
Well, it's simple. Even in the churches, yeah, I go to reading church as well. It's the same. Beautiful ladies, but they still can't have a spouse, or they can't get that relationship into marriage. Why is that
And
so?
you think it's because this is the reason why women can get, or is the fact that there are more women than men?
No, it's not because there are more women than men. There's a problem, and that's why we're having to use your platform to speak about this. Like I said, I'm not right or I'm
Okay.
wrong. I'm just, we're having a
Okay.
conversation so we can educate ourselves. People can say
Okay.
what they want to say, but I'm speaking from a reality. My church here in Redeem here, there are a lot of people, beautiful ladies, they can't
No,
get
that's not the
married.
conversation. Yeah, there are many women. Yeah, we know that. That's not the
Yes,
conversation.
I know.
The
I'm just,
conversation is about why Nigerian men talk negatively about Nigerian
that's
women.
based on
So you
individual.
are saying, you've given us 2 points. You
Yes.
said that some of them in your bubble think that you just want to spike their drink and have carry away with them, which
That's
is not
just
always the
one. That's
case.
not the main reason. It's just mentality. I just use that as an example. I don't mean all. It's just an example. I'm just saying, people getting to evolve with culture. Just the way you think in Nigeria or back home is not the way everyone is. People are different, right? So my point I'm trying to make is, we need to educate ourselves, and from there, people can have better transition into having better understanding from men to women. So that's just my point. I'm not here to debate whether men
Do
are
you
better or
talk
women.
negatively about Nigerian women, David?
No, why would I do that? Our Nigerian
Okay.
sisters are, like you said, they're beautiful, they're smart, they're hardworking, they complement the men. They bring a lot of value to the table. They
Yeah.
don't settle for less. So
Yeah, I
they
think you
set
should
the
change your
standard.
bubble. Change your bubble.
Okay, it's
Yeah, change your bubble. Yeah,
okay.
change your bubble. That's what I would say to you. Change your
I'm
bubble. If you are
okay.
having those
No, I'm not
experiences.
having. Like I'm saying to you, it's not about what it's not my bubble opinion doesn't even necessarily count. I'm just telling you for my community, the way women here are perceived as Nigerian women. That doesn't mean it's right. Like you brought the
Okay.
topic and say, why do people
Yeah.
talk about Nigerian women?
Somebody is asking of your age. How old are you? You can give us your age bracket if
Yeah,
you don't
I'm
mind.
in my late 20s.
And
My
your
late
late
20s.
20s.
Yes.
Okay. Is your mom a good woman?
I'm sorry.
Your mother, is she a good woman?
Okay, my mother is definitely a good woman. Like
Mm,
I don't think that has
okay.
to do with the conversation from the
It
person
does. It
asking.
does. It does.
No, like I think people are taking it personal. Like they don't like
No,
people to
nobody's
speak their
taking it. No, no, no,
opinion.
no, 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 no. I'm not taking
I,
it personal. I'm
no,
not
no,
even
not you, Auntie
offended.
B. Not you. I mean the
No,
person
no, no.
asking.
They are not taking it personal. There's a reason why I asked.
Because if
There's
you
a
can't have this
reason.
conversation, then I don't think people should be coming up here to talk. You're doing a fantastic job, so people should speak, on perception. And like I said, I'm not right. I'm just saying from my own angle how people are being Nigerian women are
Perceived.
perceived.
I perceived.
Yeah,
Okay. All
it doesn't
right.
mean it's right. It could be wrong, but
Okay.
I'm just saying, from this angle. And I
Mm-hmm.
also give example of black Nigerian women in the church as well. Why is it that
Mm-hmm.
we have so many of them and they
There are
still
women
can't
all
come?
over the world who are looking for husband, including Oyibo Church. So that
Oh,
example you gave about why there are too many women without husband is not a valid one, I'm afraid.
I'm talking about my church. I'm not talking about I'm just saying for
Not only
myself.
your
Like,
church, everywhere,
oh,
everywhere,
okay,
all across, in mosque,
so
in church, everywhere.
I'm not trying to generalize. Like that's why I'm saying
Mm.
my perception, my own little view. My
Okay,
own
thank you
bubble
very
is too
much.
small.
Yeah, that's all right. I appreciate your call, David. Thank you so much. It took a while to get to your point, but you made some point, but you also made a lot of, assumptions there about why women are not getting married in churches, which I personally don't agree. But your opinion is your opinion, and I welcome it. Thank you so much, David. You're welcome, Sid.
Oh, hi, Sis Bridget. How are you?
I'm good, thank you, sis. You're welcome.
Great, great. Thank you so much for having me. I'm going to give a non-Nigerian perspective. I'm not Nigerian. I'm from Southern Africa, and I
Mm-hmm.
just and I know it's always a hot topic. I've got loads of Nigerian friends, including you, and I've gone to a Nigerian church for years, so I'm very very familiar with what you're talking about, and I know there's
Yeah.
been the contention about why Nigerian men are rushing to go and marry outside and so forth and so on. And I'll speak
Mm.
from a perspective as a woman from Southern Africa and say
Yeah.
that I think the reason why, and a lot of you, as you all know, a lot of Southern African women are married to Nigerians, and
Nigerian men, yeah, yeah.
Nigerian
They
men,
have a whole community of
yes, because you
Zimbabwean
only
women that are
know.
married to Nigerian men in the UK.
do you know there are so many of them? We have so many in-laws, so
Yeah,
many.
yeah,
So
which is beautiful. It's beautiful. You marry who you
it's
love. It doesn't
amazing.
matter.
Yes,
Hmm.
it's wonderful. And one of the things I just wanted to say is that, particularly, I think coming from a Southern African women, one, the first thing, the reason why maybe they all end up with, chances are that they'll end up with a Nigerian man if they are marrying a foreigner other than a Zimbabwean, is that there are more Nigerian men than any other man. It's a fact. If you go out in the diaspora, the Nigerians are the most traveled out of all the
Yeah.
Africans. So you
Hmm.
find that the population of Nigerian, the country I come from has a population of about 13 million. And
Hmm.
that's a drop in
That
terms of
that's Lagos
Nigerians.
State. That's Lagos State and one other two states in Nigeria.
You see, so the chances are that if you are in the dating game and you are looking for an African man, you are not particularly looking for just your own, man from your own country. The man that you meet, chances are that you meet a Nigerian. And
Yeah.
so there are many of them. And the other thing is that I think instead of maybe Nigerian women, maybe men bashing the Nigerian women, saying, oh, they're demanding, they're whatever, is looking at how these women they are looking at are raised. From the way we were raised with maybe our fathers provided. There was a
Hmm.
generation of fathers that provided, and our mothers were
Hmm.
stay at home. Then they came, and then we were colonized for a very long time, as you
Hmm.
know. Southern Africa was the last to drop. So we were
Hmm.
colonized for a very long time, and the Western ways crept in. So the average thing that for an average Southern African woman, if you take her out to dinner, she'll offer to pay her half, or at times she will offer to take you out the next time. And it's
Right.
not because they are doing it because we are doing women's rights or whatever. We are just used
It's
to the
just the
half
way
half
they
or
were
50
they
50
were raised.
lifestyle.
Yeah. Okay. So you're bringing a
Yes, that's the way
cultural
we're
perspective
raised.
to it now. Yeah.
Exactly.
I'm listening. Hmm.
It's not necessarily because they are better or anything. It's the way they were raised. And then
Hmm.
what happens then, what makes my sisters then like these guys, is because all of a sudden there's somebody who's paying your bills. Because the
Hmm.
Nigerian come in then with the bravado. They're like, that's not the way we do it. We look after
Hmm.
our women. So we are going
Hmm.
to pay 100, even if it doesn't have. I've seen Nigerian guys, sometimes it doesn't have. But he wants to be
Hmm.
macho. He wants to display that bravado, and he will go ahead and
Yes.
he will pay. So sometimes it's
Yes.
enjoying
Because
that
that's how they
benefits that
were
makes
raised
them
as
seem
well.
a bit more
This is the way
attractive.
the men in
I'm
Nigeria
not
are
going to
raised. They
lie.
are raised to take women out. They are raised to
That's how they were
provide.
raised.
Yes.
Yes. And then when they get into the house, I've got one of my sisters is married to a Nigerian man. And he always says to me, it was such a pleasant surprise when I got married to my wife, and my wife started saying, no, we're going to look at the bills, and then we're going to share. I work and you work. And when they appreciate that extra help, it doesn't mean the way they were raised is bad. He still does
Hmm.
a lot of what he does. He still is the main provider and so on. But he appreciates the help that he gets from his wife, because she just
Hmm.
can't sit and receive. She wants to give. So I think instead of just looking at it as this one is better than whatever, look at the cultural perspectives. There are some things
Hmm.
that frustrates us with our men, and we look at Nigerian
Yeah.
men, we say, oh my God, we wish we could get a man who could just provide everything. And then on the
Hmm.
one hand, there are things that are equally frustrating about Nigerian men. Some there, I don't want
Absolutely.
to talk
Hmm.
about the things we don't like, because that's not
Hmm.
the show. But there are
Hmm.
things that are attractive, there are things that are not so attractive. So it's
Absolutely.
important, I think,
Wow.
to have a balanced view.
Hmm.
And then in terms of numbers, also think of these small little African countries. They are
Yeah.
Nigerians are more. There
Nigeria is
are 100
populous. We are
times more than
everywhere.
others.
We
So
are
if I'm
everywhere.
walking
We
in
are
the
like
street and I
MTN.
want a man,
Everywhere
I'll
you go,
meet
we
a
are there.
Nigerian man
Yeah.
everywhere. You see?
Absolutely. Hmm.
Exactly.
Thank you so much, sis. Thoroughly enjoys
They
talking to you.
are
You
there.
brought
So
it.
you meet them. If you go to a dating website, 95% will be Nigerians. If you see a black face, thank you so much. So much.
Thank you, sis. I appreciate you. Talk soon. I've been messaging you. You need to respond to my messages, Sid. Thank you. I appreciate your perspective. I mean, it's like a coin has dropped. This is an angle that instead of saying that this is why Nigerian women are in the church, they don't get husband. I give the our last caller before Sid a pass because he's very young and he sounds very naive, which is all right for his age. But you see, this is a matured woman talking, and she's talking holistically about the issue, which makes perfect sense to me. She talked about how the population of Nigerian men and women were everywhere. We are more than every other African country. She also talked about the cultural and how we are socialized. The cultural, it makes perfect sense. And the reason why I see Bill's frustration, why he's saying that a lot of Nigerian women don't like to give when they are dating, is also the way we were socialized to say that a man is supposed to be the one that will be chasing you. Okay, but sisters, if you are listening, we are here to learn tonight. We live in a diaspora now. This is 2022. So you cannot have that mentality now if you live in a diaspora to say, okay, it's only him that will be doing. No, it doesn't work. You need to be committed to a relationship with everything. I say that is where BO is coming from. If you're dating somebody in the diaspora and they take you out once, twice, you to do something nice for them. Don't be selfish. Okay? Because this is all about learning. We are learning tonight. Oh my God, the studio is full again. I thought I was ending. Now, like 6 other people came in. Oh, hey. Hello, how's Zeno? You're welcome. Unmute yourself. 3 minutes, please.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, go 3 minutes so that we can end quickly.
All right. So I don't like to stereotype, but I'm just going to talk about some of the reasons or few of the reasons why some women act the way they do and why some men, they are coming to this conclusion, which is not right.
Okay.
Like from the dating aspects, when you ask a woman out on a first date and you know that this woman, when you want to date someone within your income bracket, I mean to say, like, you know that this lady, she likes going to places like Eco Hotel and all that to dine. And then on the first date, you want to take her to Mama Put or somewhere. And this is just dating. I'm not talking about first dates. I'm not even talking about courtship.
Yeah.
First date, most people want to impress the other person to see if it can get to a second date or a third date.
Right.
You know? And then she declines it because she wants to go to somewhere, even if not up to the standard she's used to, somewhere in a middle ground. And then you come out and you start saying that, oh, she's a gold digger. All they're after is money. No, it's not right.
So you are saying that is the standard that she's used to?
She is a standard she's used to, but even though she's used to that standard, at least the both of you can meet on a middle ground. You can't expect someone.
Eloho, let me just call you Eloho because it's difficult for me to pronounce it all.
Okay.
There's something that Bill said. He said that, you know, and also my friend who just called Sid said something that the way Southern African women, for instance, where she comes from, that the way they are socialized, they behave like Oyibo. They like to do half-half. Okay, that unlike Nigerian women, when you take them out once, the next time they want to take you out. But Nigerian women want you to be taking them out all the time, especially if you are dating. We're not even talking of marriage now. What about that? What do you say about that?
Well, it's individual. It's an individual thing. I can't generalize all Nigerian women to be that way. You know?
Yeah.
As for me, when I was still single, truthfully, I wouldn't want to be, okay, someone on a first date, I wouldn't want to say, okay, I want to take you out. In fact, it's just recently you see Nigerian women.
Not first date. Let's say second date or third date.
Second date or third date.
Yeah.
Well,
to have the bill or to say, I got the bill. I got it. You know how like a boss lady, you say, okay, I got it. Leave it.
Yes.
Why is Nigerian women not doing it?
It is
they are saying that Nigerian women are not doing it.
No, that is when people are stereotyping Nigerian women. It's wrong. There are still some that does it. Do you understand?
It's
true. The angle
and
I'm coming from now. The angle I'm coming from now, as a Nigerian woman, if you are going out on a date with a man, irrespective of the man's income brackets, you should have this money within you. Just in case. We've heard stories of women going out at the end of the day.
And the man say, I forgot my wallet.
The man will say, I forget my wallet.
Yeah,
Or
yeah.
to even crown it, to make it worse, you are going out on a date. You are buying something you know you cannot afford for yourself. It's completely wrong. Or you go and pack 6 of your friends. If you feel that you are not safe with that person, go to an open place whereby you know that you are safe. Why must you bring your friends along with
That
you?
makes sense.
He's trying
That
to
makes
get to
sense.
know you. He's not
Yeah.
trying to get to know your
Know
friends
your
at that
friends.
point
Yeah.
in time.
Chika
You
said
know,
Nigerian women will bring all their friends and tell you that her birthday will be next month in order to siphon your money. Oh, Diego. Thank you.
also,
Hello.
some of
Lastly,
these
it's not
men.
your time.
Oh my God, I don't believe
Oh, yeah,
sorry.
quickly,
All right,
quickly.
bye
1
bye.
minute.
I'm just trying to say that some of these men that complain that these women they are trying to, they are gold digger. Some of them, they make the girls to feel that it's transactional. You've not met a girl, you start asking her, let me see your picture, let me see your nude picture and all that. So when
Or they
you
start asking,
started
what line of work are you? A lot of men do that. When they meet a girl, the first thing, a lot of Nigerian men do that. When they meet a girl, you are just chatting. The next thing they're asking you, what is your job? And that goes to what you are saying about being transactional. Why are you asking me of my job? Because you want to know how much I'm earning or the kind of career I'm in. That's very calculated.
Last and the least I will say is that most of these men that complain that they don't like Nigerian women and end up marrying foreign women, they low-key want a Nigerian woman that will take care of the house, babysit the kids, and do everything full-time and still have a job and be splitting bills with them. So it's just what it is, but it is wrong. You don't generalize Nigerian women. So that's it, Auntie B.
Thank you, sweetheart. I appreciate your call. Eloho, my darling. So,
Bye-bye.
Eloho said that don't generalize. Nigerian women, we are very diverse. We are very different. If your bubble is not meeting your need, brothers, change your bubble. But stop mouthing us. Stop bashing us. We are good. Dovely, you're next. What do you have to say? 3 minutes, please.
Yeah, hi, how you doing?
I'm
Can you hear
good,
me?
thank you. Yeah, go
Yeah.
ahead.
Yeah, I was just going to support Seed's story actually. That was what I was going to say exactly what she said. Because I was going to say that, when as a Nigerian guy, when you start dating people of other nationalities, it kind of spoils you because I mean, if you're dating Nigerian women and then you go date a foreign woman, and before you get there, she's already ordered your drinks, or she's treating you in a totally different way. Before you know it, you get used to this kind of treatment.
But Nigerian men treat foreigners? A lot of Nigerian women are saying that Nigerian men treat foreigners better than they treat them. Have you heard that, Dovely?
I've heard that, but I mean, that's not the way I see it. Sometimes it's mostly the way the woman treats you. If
No,
you
with
if
the white women one, that one you can't deny that.
the white women, how?
That Nigerian women and Nigerian men or African men generally treat white women better than they treat black women.
I don't know. I don't know from a personal point of view. I don't know. What the difference is. But I'm talking about how a man experiences a woman. If a man is dating a woman and she's doing more for him than another woman would, you get used to that kind of treatment, and then it makes it hard for you to go on a date, and then you have to pay for everything because you're used to women doing things for you from other cultures. And I mean, and I think someone said something earlier, just looking at this from a different perspective now. Someone said that they want the Nigerian man to pay because maybe the man isn't serious, or the man just wants to have sex with them. But you find out even in casual relationships with other women, they don't really care. They don't care if you pay or if they pay, even if it's not something that's serious. So I just it's very important for us to take away money from sex. Even if it is just sex, you have to
Which
realize that.
area we use here, please?
Oh, sorry. You have to that relationship between carer and money. is also another, angle that, that men get spoiled with, because when you date women of other cultures, that relationship is not really there. So it's totally strange to you, and you get used to it. So once you get used to, these kind of things with women from other cultures, it's very hard to go back, and
Are you
be in a
trying to say
transactional
that in
relationship.
your experience, the other women who are not Nigerian are better than Nigerian women in your experience? Because
I'm
you
not
keep saying
saying
that you get spoiled, you get spoiled. So I don't understand what you mean by you get spoiled. What does that mean?
you get used to what they do. So you get used to things, just simple things like, paying for an experience.
So is it all about money?
It's not about money. It's not just
So
about money.
every man that's spoken today have been talking about money, about how Nigerian women don't pay. They don't pay, they don't pay. So is it all about money for you guys? I want to
Okay.
know.
Let me see. Yeah, well, sometimes, yeah, it is about money, sometimes, but
It's good to own up. Just let's
yeah, yeah,
say it.
yeah, yeah.
Okay.
There might
Thank
be
you very
other there
much.
might yeah, there might be other things, but I mean, that was just the,
Okay.
yeah.
All right.
Okay.
Thank you,
Yeah, thanks a lot.
lovely.
Yeah,
Yeah.
thanks.
Okay. Because he kept saying you get spoiled, you get spoiled. Like Nigerian women don't know how to spoil guys. Uh so that's why I had to ask that question. All right. Thank you so much, lovely. So Benga is saying that it's not a big deal to ask of their discipline. Same applies to vice versa. Okay. I will tell you the problem with that, Benga. And BO is going on about this, saying that some foreign women will surprise you regardless of how wealthy they see you. So it's all about the money. I can see, because everything the guys that have said that they've experienced better relationship with non-Nigerian women is all about the money. And this is very concerning to me, because there's so many aspects of a relationship, but you guys are only talking about one aspect, which is about finance, finance, finance. This is troubling for me. I'm not gonna lie. Okay, all right. So that the last caller was saying that they spoil you, they spoil you. So it means that once you are spoiled now, you can't go back to the people that don't treat you well anymore. Okay, that's why I was asking that question. I don't get it. Miss Lydia, maybe you can help me. You're welcome.
Hello, Auntie B. What's up?
I'm all right. Welcome.
I've been having fun in the comment, but my mouth is itching me. I just need to say something. And
All right.
first and foremost, what does Zimbabwean lady say? Kudos to her. She really made a very good point. I just have to give her that credit. And yes, what you touched about on before I move into my main point about them talking about finance. Yes, even in the articles you read for us from the beginning, and everything is centered all around finance. Like, oh, if a woman doesn't spend money on you, she doesn't love you, she doesn't care about you. That is because most of these men saying these things, they're just looking for a woman they want to climb to become who they want to be in life. They dump her and they don't spend their money on young girls that don't even care how they made it. So it's all a financial game. They are all hustling, because there is no man that has everything. Imagine Dangote coming here on live calling girls gold diggers. How does it sound to him? How does it really sound? So those guys are talking about, I know a lot of people are going to be triggered. If you come for me, I'm ready for you guys. I'm going to talk about this food that on. So moving back to the main question, like, let me just answer the questions. Why are Nigerian men bashing Nigerian ladies? Number one is inferiority complex. A lot of Nigerian men out there, they are felt the inferiority complex from a woman. They notice that most Nigerian ladies are very intelligent. They know what they are doing. They are accomplished. They're ambitious. They know what they want, and they are assertive. I put a quotation mark on that assertiveness, because these days it is a lot of narcissists can manipulate women that are not assertive. And so when they see that these women they know they have their high self-esteem, then they have this inferiority complex. Or they think these women are doing better than me, and there is no how my self-esteem is not going to be down the line if I can't stay with a woman that is better than me in any way.
Miss Lydia, let me ask you this. Do you think Nigerian women are emasculating Nigerian men? I asked this question in the video we did once upon a time. Is that what it is?
When it comes to, no, I won't say it's the emasculation. Emasculation has to do with the personality of a woman. There are some people that just naturally emasculate people. It doesn't have to do with race. There are women like that they just emasculate, and it's a very toxic behavior. As much as we promote and support women, some women actually do have bad toxic behaviors in them. which is another topic for another day.
Yeah.
So we don't necessarily emasculate these women. Some men just feel that they start projecting the emasculation even before you start. That's what usually happens. So it doesn't happen directly. I think it's more like a power struggle. And that is why interracial relationship with Caucasian men are more successful with Black women, as they have recognized the power Black women have. And there, because of their privilege, there is an equilibrium with Black women and interracial men. And that is what I talk about in inferiority complex. Secondly, another point is colorism. A lot of men don't like their skin color because of what they've told them in the media and that of other women. And so when they see, especially the other race women have a different color, they think that being with them give them that level of superiority they are looking for. And so sometimes they get to treat them better because now me they marry. It's a flex to marry Oyinbo for some of them, and they start treating them better and start treating the other
your
ones
3 minutes
less.
don't reach. You are round up.
I know. So another one is childhood trauma. Some people just hate their mom, they hate their siblings, they hate their sisters. And when they see these people around them, it reminds them of Nigerian women, and they
I
cannot
don't
just
agree
deal
with
with
that.
it.
No,
Like childhood
no.
trauma, like they are
No.
projecting the things they
No.
don't. It's more like a projection. And okay,
No.
this is, and also relationship conflicts. Relationship conflict, they've had terrible experience in the past, maybe with one, maybe with two, maybe with three, and they just completely generalize that, oh, this is how they are. And lastly, people will always be people. That childhood trauma, a lot of people hate where they're coming from. Even if we don't talk about it, they hate where they're coming from. And lastly, people will always be people, irrespective of your race, gender, sexual orientation, and everything like that. I can still go on and on. And for the ladies
You
out
don't
there,
have time. You don't have
I
time. You
know,
run out
I
of
just
your
want to give
time.
a message to the ladies is we don't have to put ourselves in a position for men to talk gibberish to us. There are basic things we can do for ourselves to take care of ourselves. Like if we can take ourselves out, we can do our hair, we can do our nails. We should also we should try and make an effort to show
Somebody said, Jimmy said, Caller, in the name of God, please go. They are not feeling you. Jimmy is not feeling you, Miss Lydia. That one you said, I do understand what you said about, people not, liking where they come from. I agree with that. But saying that some people hate their this, hate that, I don't buy into that one. But thank you anyway. Anyway, Miss Lydia, thanks for your contribution. I agree with some of your things you said, and some I do not agree. Okay, all right. Bukola, you are next. Bukola,
Good
can you hear
afternoon.
me?
Good afternoon, SB. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. You are a Nigerian woman, I can tell. What do you have to say?
Yeah. Is it afternoon or evening? Good evening, SB. How you doing today?
You're welcome, City.
Yeah. First of all, I just want to talk to I'm not sure if David. I think his name is David, right? The young guy that called earlier on. Because I don't want him to feel left out. So I just want to encourage you, young man, because you talked about young ladies putting their drinks, thinking that somebody want to put something in their drink. To be honest with you, that's what most of us were taught at home.
Yeah.
So try to understand. So you have to let a
And
woman
some women
trust
have
you.
experienced it as well. And that's why
Exactly.
they are trying to protect
So
themselves.
exactly. So that's what most of us were taught, in the house before we leave out. So you just have to get to that level where the woman can trust you. So when you're dating a young lady, so you have to get to that level of trust before she can actually go to the bathroom, leave a drink over there, without having those thoughts in her head. So I understand the young man. So I don't want you because I feel like he felt like nobody was getting him. So I was like, let me just talk to you real quick. That I do understand you and I understand where you're coming from. Then talk about Nigerian women not paying on dates. First of all, if you're the one asking me out on a date, young man, you gotta pay. So when I went out with my husband for the first time, that was the first time going, and he wanted to pay. I said, no, I got this because I don't want you to think that I want to depend on you. So I paid our first dates. I did pay. So I write down, sending you a message that look, I got this. I'm not looking for a man that's gonna pay my bills. So you already set the standard right there. So he already knows who is about to get married, so who's about to start dating. Like, oh, this girl's like, you know what? She got her own thing. So, but the next date you want to pay, that's fine. But going on the first date, yes, I pay my own bill. So, and if you're the one asking me out, yes, uncle, you have to pay. If I'm the one to call you and say, let's go out, I'm definitely gonna pay the bill. But you the one constantly calling me, uncle, come on now. You're supposed to take her out and you're supposed to have to pay. I don't think it's right, in my own opinion. I think that, whoever actually, schedule the dates should pay. So if you don't want to constantly schedule the date, of course, why not? You want to date her, you want to see her, right? So there's nothing wrong in you paying. That's my own opinion. And about Nigerian, because let me talk about Nigerian men always wanted to go or date somebody or marry somebody outside their race. I think most of the time Nigerian men actually they want like a mother figure as a wife. So because I actually know a lot of friends that went through the same thing. So they want a mother figure as a wife, but they want Rihanna in the bedroom. But so when you not get a motherly kind of woman at home and she's not like, she's not Rihanna in the bedroom, that's where the problem is. And they start stepping out like, oh my goodness, I thought she's gonna be this, now I find out that she's this. So there's definitely gonna be a problem in that relationship. And that's when most of them step out. And that's that. Then I'm also gonna talk about,
Time
why
is
some
up.
of us,
Your
and
time
to be
is
honest with
up.
you, sometimes I kind of
1 minute more,
oh.
Bukola. 1 minute more.
Okay. So, also, okay, let me talk about women. There was one topic with, I think you talk about something about women now doing everything at home. So I think sometimes, to be honest with you, I'm a mom of three by the grace of God. I think sometimes too, Nigerian women, we need to learn how to ask for help. So because you're doing everything, you are home cooking, even if you're a full ass wife, you are home cooking, taking care of the children. As soon as your husband gets back from work, after you might have eaten his food, let him help. Take a break. Because sometimes you want to be a superwoman, you want to do everything by yourself. Of course, you're not going to have time for the other room when all you've done all day is walk, or take care of the house. Taking care of the house is a lot of work. Sometimes when you're cooking, let your husband take care of the children. Don't leave what you're doing and go and carry the baby when your husband is there. Call him, because that's what most of the time I hear this man say, oh, she's a superwoman, she can take care of it. No, you don't always have to be a superwoman. Ask for help when you need it.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, Bukola. I appreciate your call. Bukola is saying you should ask for help. And she incidentally said that when she went on a date with her husband, she paid. So some Nigerian women do pay. Okay. It's kind of worrying for me that, this thing is all about money, 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 money. I'm kind of concerned because it's not only money that women bring to a relationship, you see. I mean, I might be dating someone, I don't have any money to give him. Let's say I don't have any money, or I have money and I choose not to give him, for an example. But I can go to his house and I will make meals for him. I can clean his house. You know, there are so many things. Bio, I'm surprised that you were saying that even an African doll bought Sammy a present. You are giving that as an example. So you are only looking at it, and a lot of men, I can tell, are only looking at it from a financial point of view, which worries me. Honestly, it does worry me. Jay, you're welcome.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. You're welcome. Where are you joining us from?
Hi, Auntie B. I'm from London, UK.
You're welcome. What do you have to say? 3 minutes. Go.
Thank you so much. First of all, I just want to say I've watched you from days, and this is the first ever time I've gathered the courage to speak. So
Mhm.
anyway, I'm going to speak from an East African um, pers- uh,
Woman's
different way,
perspective.
perception, yes,
Mhm.
perspective.
Yeah.
What I think is, in terms of Nigerian men, I love Nigerian men. They love us a lot. And I also agree it's really wrong. And any guy that bashes their own people, you have to look at them, and I look at them sideways.
Yeah.
But I think there's a lesson here to be learned, and we have
Mhm.
to be in a position as women to also agree to learn. Just the way we
Mhm.
said that men, we are now living in the 21st century, therefore men ought to change from that mentality of I bring home the bacon, therefore the woman has to, do everything. So the man also has to help. So that is learning for them. And for the women as well, we also have to accept there are areas for us to evolve. So what am
Yeah.
I talking about? So the aspect that I'm bringing in, like the other lady said, we East Africans, yes, or even South Africans, we don't look at relationship in terms of he's my man and he has to bring everything. No, our parents, we've also watched our dad providing everything. But when we come into the relationship, we understand it's a relationship. Yes, you will take me out. Yes, you'll pay for the first date and so on. But I will also take you out. I'll
Right.
also buy you gift. When it
Yeah.
comes to birthdays is not only relevant because I was born. No, your husband also was born. Your partner also has a birthday. So when it comes to birthday, we take this thing seriously. We plan for our partner's birthday. We take them out. We spoil them. That's what the guy kept saying. They're spoiled. They're spoiled. That's
Yeah, but
exactly what
Nigerian
he
women
meant.
do that as well. We do that.
Some, some, some,
A
Auntie
lot.
B.
A
Some,
lot.
Auntie
You are not
B.
Nigerian. Please don't argue with me. A
I'm
lot.
okay.
A lot do that.
I'm
Yeah.
not Nigerian, but
Yes.
the
It's not some. A lot. And
all
you
right.
don't happen to know that
Yeah.
a lot of Nigerian women are actually the breadwinners in their
I know that.
families.
I know that. I
So
know
what are
that.
we talking about? What are we talking about? And that's why I said I'm
Mm.
very worried about this transactional angle we are looking at it. When Sid was
Okay.
talking, I opened
Uh-huh.
my mind to what she's saying because she got to the root of the problem. Okay?
Yeah.
The way we are socialized, our
Yeah.
cultural, perspective.
That
But
is one part.
you can't come and say we take our men out, we treat them like Nigerian women don't do that. That's
No.
wrong.
Auntie B, that's just one part. I'm not Nigerian.
I
Your
know.
brothers come and tell us what they tell us. The
And
experience
then you
of
believe everything that they tell you.
not really. We're not that, but some of it you are like, wow, what's happening? Because Nigerian men really like us and we ask them why, you know.
So you believe that Nigerian men hate Nigerian women?
No, that's not what I said. I just said they like us. They like East Africans. They like South Africans. That's a
And they like
fact.
you because you spend money on them. Is that
Not
why?
really. Not really. That's not just the fact. I think it's mostly, it goes back, it boils down to culture, the way we've been brought up. What is the blueprint? What is your pathology? What did you see in terms of how your mom and your dad, interacted? I know a friend of mine who told me point blank that he has never seen his dad and mom hold hands. He
And
never.
that's new in Africa.
It's not new in Africa, but some of it. Let me say something for you. For instance, let me just,
I never saw my parents hold hand. Let me shock you. My husband and I, we live in the diaspora.
Yeah.
And we've been married. We don't hold hands. How about that? Does it mean that my husband doesn't love me
No,
or that
it
I don't love
doesn't
him?
mean that.
No.
It just doesn't
So
mean that.
it
But
doesn't hold
Auntie
hands.
B,
What does that even mean?
Auntie
It is
B,
not our culture to hold hands. It's too hot in Nigeria anyway. So he's holding hands.
It's not our culture. But can you imagine? For instance, for today, if I went out in a restaurant today, I'm able to spot a Nigerian couple, an East African couple, a South African couple. It's very easy. It's the way we react with it. It's culture. Our cultures are different.
Yeah,
It's not
I
a bad
agree.
thing. It's not a negative thing. It's a
Yeah,
different
and
culture.
that
The
has
way,
nothing to do with Nigerian men and
yeah, it's
Nigerian
just a
women.
different
Yeah,
culture. To me,
yeah.
I think it's just the way we are brought up. Sometimes if you see something and you've never seen it in your home, then it's very difficult to practice it in. So I think in both ways, the men and the women, we need to learn each other. When you're dating, we learn each other. I don't like this. I like this. What
Okay.
works for you?
Thank you very much, Jay, for your contribution. You've done 6 minutes, so I got to round up. I appreciate
Thank
your
you.
call. Yeah.
Bye.
Yeah. I take on board some of the things you said. I agree with some of the things you say, actually. But the one of saying that, most Nigerian women don't treat their husband for their birthdays, and some of them, they said they never saw their parents hold hand. Big deal. What has that got to do with anything? The way we experience the way we show our affection is different. Okay, some people were not raised to even be affectionate in a way to say, I love you, I love you, I love you. Okay, Bio, you are losing serious points today. Oh, you are really losing a lot of points. I'm seeing your comments, and I know that you feel very strongly about this, but all the women that are behind you, you are losing serious points today. I mean, there are so many things that have been said today, but okay, Amaye, come on, go ahead, my darling. Let's round
Okay,
up
so
this
tell
show.
me, yeah, yeah. Thank you very much, man. This is a hot topic. You might have to
It
do a
is.
part 2 and 3. Oh,
It is
you
hot.
might
It is
have
hot.
to.
I
Yeah,
like it.
you
I
know,
like stimulating
yeah, I
conversations
really
like
do.
this.
Exactly, and I'm actually learning from other people that are not Nigerians. I'm actually hearing and listening to what they're saying, and what I see from my own perspective and from my own opinion and listening and reading the comment section, we have to first of all look at the background of each and every one of us. We all come as Nigerians, we come from a very cultural place. And I'm sure
Different
you can
cultures,
attest
for
to
that
this, Mr.
matter.
B. Different cultures, different tribes. So the way they raise a Calabar woman is different from the way they
It's
raise an
like
Edo
telling
woman, a
another
Yoruba woman,
another
an
man.
Igbo woman, a
Amoye, it's
Hausa
like telling a Hausa man to hold hands with his wife. Nibo.
exactly. Exactly, right? And you know the Hausa people, their tradition, it's really about giving, generosity. You need to see when they are dating or even marrying, dating to marry, right? Okay, let's put that aside. So let's understand our cultural differences first and foremost. Okay. Now, I have a problem, just like you rightly pointed out, Sister B, with regards to a lot of people hampering on the financial aspect of it. Now, coming
Amoye, I can't hear you
really
again, no.
understand the, fi- the financial aspect of it, right? That's what we're,
Hey, Amoye,
yeah?
you're on and off. Go ahead. Yeah, let's summarize this. Yeah.
Okay.
What did you say?
So basically, I'm saying that when you mentioned about the financial aspect, that people are focusing mostly on the financial aspect, there's so many things that tie to it. The Nigerian woman is brought up to respect the institution of marriage. So there's a lot that she brings in having that background. And again, as human beings, we have to respect one another and we have to be willing to develop ourselves, change some of the things that we're used to, and meet each other at a point. We shouldn't have to, generalize based on our own small bubble or experiences, right? If we don't have respect for one another, this is where the problem comes in. When you meet someone outside of a Nigerian woman is used to a certain way of you approaching her. You cannot compare her with another woman who's coming from a different cultural background. There's no need bashing a Nigerian woman or trying to make her look bad just because you want to be in someone else's life. Respect everybody's culture and respect the person you're meeting. If your love language is service, if your love language is receiving gifts, you have to express that. You have to make that known, and you need to know the circle you're hanging around. If you're hanging around people that are leeching off of you, all they want is take, then you're in the wrong place, because they will never ever meet your love language. You would never experience the true joy of receiving gifts or whatever it is that attracts you in a relationship. And then it goes into marriage as well. So instead of coming and saying, oh, Nigerian women are this, Nigerian women are that, and somebody put, like in the comment section, they were saying, the Nigerian man expects freaky in the other room. Okay,
Amoye, wait, hold on a minute. Talk
sure.
says very stimulating and good learning for Nigerian women on why foreigners win our men.
Stimulating in the sense that for Nigerian women, our cultural values are different. The way we were raised are different.
No, the part I'm looking at here is about, he's saying why foreign women win our men. I don't understand what you mean
I
by
don't
that.
understand that one, though. Which men that
Because
they
at
win?
the end of the day, Nigerian women are still wedding Nigerian men every Saturday, as far as I
Exactly.
know. So
There's
what are you talking
actually
about?
going on
We are not doing competition.
at
Okay?
all.
Look, people will love who they want to love. I have a wedding later on this
Exactly.
year. My auntie's son is marrying an East African girl who he loves her. They met here in the UK. It's not because of anything. So people will love and marry who they want to marry. So it's not a competition between Nigerian women and other African women or other black women. We are not in competition. Please.
Exactly.
You guys don't get it twisted. Why are you saying that, oh, other women are winning Nigeria? It is good if they win. Very, very good. Look, let me tell you something. Right? Let me tell you something. I wanted to say something to the last caller who called that she said she's not a Nigerian woman. Because she said that Nigerian women and men are telling them things about Nigerian women. And now she knows so much about Nigerian women, and she's making some statement that I didn't agree with, which is okay. But if what will you say if I also tell you that these same Nigerian men, some of them will tell you that the reason why they run after non-Nigerian women is because they are easy.
Exactly.
Would you not be offended by that topic? Would you not be offended? You will be offended. But you see Nigerian men saying, some Nigerian men will say things like that. But Nigerian women are too difficult to get. You have to go through the eye of the needle to get them.
Exactly.
But other black women are easy. Today you meet them, you can smash them. How about that? So that's why it is dangerous for us to be making those kind of blanket statements and saying things like, oh, they said Nigerian women don't spend money, they don't treat their husband. No, it doesn't follow. And that's why we're advising a lot of people tonight. People like B.O. I don't know who you've been dating, B.O. You need to switch.
B.O. need to scrub his circle and start choosing better women. He needs to switch.
Because a well brought up Nigerian girl, by the time you take them out, they will be saying, no, let's not go out. They will come to your house.
And cook.
And they will cook.
I know.
They will
clean.
They will help you clean. Even. They will help you clean.
Wash your clothes.
Because we've been socialized we are brought up to demonstrate that we are good wife material.
Exactly.
Okay? How do you show a Nigerian man that you're a good wife material? You cook. So in South Africa and other African countries, you pay. You pay for, you share bill. But we will go to the house and cook and wash his clothes and clean his house. We'll be kind to his mother and we'll be doing lovey-dovey with his family so that they would think this is the way we are brought up. You understand? And we are not brought up to give it away so quickly. No, you have to work hard to get it.
Thank you.
Okay? So that's why, of all the conversation we had, the one that really entered my ear is Sid. That my girlfriend's one that said that we are not looking at the foundation of why other African women are fundamentally different from Nigerian women because of us, the way we are culturalized and the way we are socialized and our upbringing.
Yes.
It's different.
It's totally different. And Sister Brie, don't forget, I know growing up as a single girl, coming up in Nigeria, I always had money in my hand. Whenever I went on a date, right? Wherever I went on a date, I always had money. We will buy, whether it's popcorn or chin chin or meat pie, we buy it together and share Coke and Fanta. Okay, so all this other, I understand that, the mentality in Nigeria is different when it comes to dating. So the question is, what type of women are you meeting? If your love language is one thing and you are following women or following a man who's not giving you, who's not helping you draw out that love language that you have, then you're in the wrong place. You're in the wrong circle. There's nothing wrong with those people. That's what they think they can get away with. You excuse yourself, So let's not ignore the cultural aspect of Nigeria. And we have to remember we have over 250 tribes in that country. Now, as we get older and as we transform ourselves and we get to know better, then we start to involve other things, we start to do things that will, make the man feel better about himself and vice versa. This is not, and guess what, Nigerian women, it's not a competition for us.
No,
our
it's
men
not.
marry
It's
different
not.
women. Our men,
as a matter of fact, we like it when our brothers marry foreigners.
Yes, we welcome them.
You know how we say it in Nigeria? In my culture, if you go and bring a foreign woman home, they will like it more because now both her and her children belong to the family.
Exactly.
Meanwhile, in my culture, the children belong to the wife's family. Do you understand?
Mm-hmm.
In my culture, the children not belong, but they relate more with
the mother's
mother's family.
Yeah.
So when you bring a foreign woman, you will see them dancing. They are
dancing.
happy because now She's not going anywhere. Both she and her children, now the man get them
Now the
holy.
man get up.
So we love it. There's
We,
nothing wrong in it.
exactly. We never see, like, if I say a Nigerian man now with another, I have a friend who's married to a Nigerian man. She's from Grenada. Okay, because of that, we're very close friends. She tell me, see, oh, we are doing
I love
something.
it.
You understand what I'm saying? So it's never. Sorry,
And you know
sister,
another thing
go
that
ahead.
I learned. Sorry, you know another thing that I learned
No,
when
go
I went
ahead.
to East Africa, when I went to Kenya, I learned something. East African women are different from West African women, especially Nigerian women. If you see East African women, you see Nigeria, we are world apart in the way they talk, in their mannerism, in their temperament. Everything is different. Okay?
Exactly.
I noticed that their women are so much more calmer. You know, they are very, very
Mhm.
calm. They are not so jim. The way I am now, when I be like, who don't drink Red Bull? You understand?
Yeah.
Their demeanor is so much more relaxed than Nigerian women. So, and some men find that attractive. So it's not only because some Nigerian men are marrying non-Nigerian women, it's not because they hate Nigerian women, it's
No.
just a preference for them.
Exactly. Oh,
Maybe
it's
they
who
met
they fell
somebody
in
they
love with.
love and they blend. It's
Yes.
okay.
It's okay. It's not I don't think it's an issue of it. The problem is the mismatch. I don't think it's a problem to marry someone who's not from who's not from your community. It's the misnomer, it's the mismatch in the sense. And there are women that are Nigerian women that are also very calm. It's not all
Yes, there are a
Nigerian
lot of
women
Nigerian
there
women
are
that are
a
very
lot of
calm as well.
Nigerian women that are
And they
very
are also,
calm.
yes, there are lots of Nigeria is too big to
It's
put
too
in a
big.
bracket, to put in a basket.
Exactly.
Nigeria is too
Exactly.
big. You will see a Nigerian woman sometimes you can barely hear what she's saying. She's so soft
Exactly.
spoken, you wonder. So it's not all of us that are even like, outspoken like this.
Mm-mm.
Nigeria is too
Exactly.
massive. So
It's
yeah.
too massive. And again, I would say if you understand, the important thing here is to understand your love language. So don't mismatch yourself. If you are in the wrong circle, or like that guy said, the bubble, then change your bubble. You don't have to remain there. And as a Nigerian man or woman, keep your heart open, because you don't even know how love will come to you. You don't know how it's going to be received.
Let me
So
ask you
you
something. Let
go
me ask you
ahead.
something. Is it
Mm.
all marriages between Nigerian men and non-Nigerian and other African women that are non-Nigerians that are successful?
No, absolutely not. In
Mhm.
fact, let me tell you something, Sister B. I have known most Nigerian men that have married outside of Nigeria. The marriage did not work out. They decided, I die with Nigerian women. They now make it
It's
a
neither here nor
priority.
there. It's
It's
neither here nor
neither, I
there.
understand
People
that,
are
but
people. Last.
exactly. People are people, last. But my point is, so if we want to be drawing, differences between tribes or countries or
It's
whatever,
not
but
necessary.
it's not necessary. Marry
Yeah.
whoever you feel like will give you would reciprocate your love language. Find your match. Don't go and be in a circle that you are not getting the benefit of it. Remove yourself from there, and don't be afraid to unlearn certain things and be a better person. And Brother Patrick said something yesterday. People don't invest in their relationships. They don't. As you are in a relationship, when you get married, is a constant transformation. You can't just remain in one small circle and expecting anything to change and become bigger than it was before. If a woman was not a certain way, you can't make her another thing overnight. The same way you can't make a man another thing overnight. The men should be willing to change and transform to meet each other's needs. The same way the woman should be willing to change and transform to meet the man's needs. I don't see
Absolutely.
the argument here. So let's learn to love and
It
respect
wasn't
each
meant to
other.
be an argument, okay?
Mhm.
But unfortunately, it looked like it was. It's a discussion, and I was trying to get to the root of why some of our brothers are saying negative things about Nigerian women. And let
Yeah.
me tell you something, ladies. Whether you are Nigerian or non-Nigerian, listen to this carefully. If a man wants to get into your pants, he will say anything. He will say, "My
Yep.
mother is a witch." As much as we say that they
Yep.
love their mother, he will say, "My mother is a witch," just to get into your pants. So be careful, with what you are taking away with from me. I will be very careful of a man who comes to me when he's talking negatively about his own people or his own sisters or his own, tribe people, and say, oh, they are bad people, they are this, they are that. It tells me something about you. Are you a good person? If you can put a country that has over 200, you see that 200 million that we say Nigerian population is, a larger percentage of that are women.
Exactly.
We have more women than men. So how can you now put over, let's say, 120 million people, you put them together in one basket and say Nigerian women are bad, Nigerian men, and that's why when we started the show, I first talk about my pride as being a Nigerian woman. How I absolutely love being a Nigerian, and I will not change it for anything. Because I know what a Nigerian woman stands for. And this is not to say that all Nigerian women are saints. But who is a saint? All Oyibo women, in British women, all British women, are they saints? You never see Oyibo woman when they delete your husband. You never see. You guys haven't seen it. So it is the danger of stereotypes. And if you are a brother and you are shaming your Nigerian sisters, it's not good. It's not good. It's not good at all. I don't think we should do that. Okay? I don't think we should do that. Okay? Marriages are no guarantee. Okay? Amaya, do you want to say something? I'm going to round up now. Yeah.
Yes, let me just let me just quickly say, I think the main thing we should take away is respect for each other. It's not a do or die. You don't have to be with a Nigerian man. You don't have to be with a Nigerian woman. Find where your connection is. Don't just base your judgment on a few. Be able
on your bubble.
you understand? Let it be about your compatibility, like someone said, and not nationality. You love who you love. You don't choose who you fall in love with.
Absolutely.
Receiving is your love language. Find someone who can do that for you. It's just that
Absolutely.
simple. And me, I'm a proud Nigerian, remain so not
Unapologetically.
changing it for anything in the world.
Nothing.
Thank you so much again, Sister B, for this. I
Thank
love
you.
this. I beg part 2 coming up.
Amaya, you remember what I told you yesterday? I said this thing, when it starts to worry me, I no go rest. I was at work today. I don't try to I think it's the spirit of God. Because the thing, it will be downloading in my brain as if recording. Recording. Everything I'll be saying, I should say, it will just start coming to my brain. I'll start taking notes and be writing it down. So this is exactly what happened today again. That's why we are here.
I had to intentionally look out for your video. I was like, Sister Bita, I said na lie. And true to my word, when I checked, I said, no, I said for
no,
it's good. It's good. I mean, look at this topic. It's very important because I've learned a lot from a lot of
we're
people.
Gonna learn. We'll bring out the lesson in a minute. Thank you, my darling.
All right, love. We'll talk another time.
Yeah,
Take care.
you, babe.
Love
thank
you.
you, sweet. Love you too. Damilola, you are here. When we are ending, you decide to show. So look at your pretty face. You come in to represent.
It's my first time calling on this show.
You're welcome. You come to represent Nigerian women.
I've been looking for how to connect to this online show to contribute my own 2 cents too.
Okay, go ahead. 3
minutes. So my own 2 cents is that African, generally speaking, about Nigerian women being Nigerian men not liking Nigerian women. It is just about how, let me just say, maybe Nigerian men or maybe men generally spoil their previous partner just to get into the present one's pants. It has nothing to do with the women generally. Let us say that. If you meet a man that wants to marry a new wife would never say any good thing about the old one. And the new one will feel as if they are the one that will be the messiah for the man. So my own take is that any man that wants to see another woman or date another person would say negative thing about the previous one. It's just a general thing most people do. And for men who actually think Nigerian women have issues, there's some men who actually have that mindset that Nigerian women have issues. You see those one, let me say, as a Nigerian woman, Nigeria is very big with a lot with different people and different ethnicity, different ideas, ideology. So, and we are plenty. As we come plenty rich, we Nigerian women, we have seen what our mothers have gone through. what our sisters have gone through, what our when I was younger, my mother's friends would come and none of them said any good thing about their husbands. They all said negative thing about them. So subconsciously, I'm saying it personally, I don't know about another person. Subconsciously, me myself, I have built an armor around my heart, around myself, to defend any man that wants to try to that does not be
You
affect
know what
my
they call
behavior.
it?
What
Damilola, they
is
call it unconscious bias. That's what they call
yes,
it. You have
yes.
a bias against something. You didn't even know you have it, but it's in
Ye-
your mind and you use it to act against that group of people.
Yes. So I am currently married now. I'm seeing some traits of what my mom experienced. I'm not using it to misbehave toward my husband, but it would seem like a subconscious defense that a Zimbabwe woman will not do. So that could attract him. So that is what me I think, because Nigerian women men they feel that they na them jar pass. So we will say we be their partner. We say we don't learn from that their jarness. So they will prefer to go and
It's in
pick
a
someone who
jar.
knows be anything.
It's
Where
in
they go
a jar.
just
Narija.
that's what they do.
I know
So
feel
that's
laugh.
just what I feel generally. Let me not take
Thank
your time.
you. Thank
Thank
you
you
so
very
much.
much for having me. Bye.
Thank you, Damilola. Lovely to speak to you. Please call again. Okay, no more calls. We are rounding up now. Jesus, what a heated conversation. Hey, this one really, again, a lot of people were triggered by this, okay? And for the women are triggered for a different reason, and men are triggered for another reason, okay? Men like Bio are triggered because they feel like the experiences they've had is with Nigerian women, some Nigerian women who, even though they are doing well, they will not drop kobo, they won't drop shishi. They are still they are aka gun or aka glue, how they call it, stinjo, very very stingy, and so that triggers them. So I'm gonna just summarize by saying, at the end of the day, people are people. And I don't like stereotypes. I don't like putting people in a bracket. This is what we experience in the diaspora as Black people when we get racially attacked. Let me take London, for instance. I have boys, I have teenage boys. Every day I pray to God Almighty when my sons are going out, Lord, please protect them. Because I know that a policeman out there is going to see my son. He will see that he's a Black teenage boy. And because of his color of the skin alone, he will just automatically make up his mind that, he's into something dangerous. He's into drugs, or he's in a group I don't want to use the name, and that is the danger of stereotype, and we experience it daily. So as you are going away from here tonight, guys, I want you to take that away with you. That is the same thing when it comes to relationship. When you say men are like this, women are like this, Black women are like this, Black women are like this, Nigerian women are like this, non-Nigerian women are like this. It's all about stereotyping and making assumptions based on your very narrow experience. We are talking of a population of over 100 million people, Nigerian women worldwide. And most of you that non-Nigerian women, Black women who live in the diaspora, you only experience Nigerian men who live in the diaspora. Some of you haven't been to Nigeria before, so that's why I want you to be very, very careful before you make any conclusions. Don't say, oh, this is what the man told me. The Nigerian man told me this about Nigerian women. See for yourself. Experience it for yourself before you make any assumptions, because you might be wrong. Now, getting to the nitty-gritty of it, what is the learning we're taking away from it? We are socialized differently. East African, South African, North African women, and West Africa. We are completely different. Okay. And so every human being is different. Even as a mother, if you have two children, they will have two different personalities. You'll be wondering, am I the mother of these two children? Why are they so different? Okay. It's like that. No two people are the same. Please hit the like button, guys, if you are enjoying this gist. And if you've enjoyed this conversation. I like this conversation because it helps us to think outside the box. Because there are so many misconceptions and assumptions and stereotyping going on. So one of the things I wrote down here is that some of the ladies are saying that Nigerian women are not experimenting when it comes to Kerewa. They don't like to experiment. Okay? And they are saying that is less drama with them. When they date foreigners, is less drama. The billing is too much. Okay, the Nigerian women bill too much. So Nigerian women, if you are listening, I know it's not all of you, but if you are the one that is always billing, please take that on board. It's a learning for us today. Let us learn, especially if you live in the diaspora. It's give and take. Relationship are give and takes. Okay. Mhm. And one of the brothers I read the story said that there's no broke shaming. Okay. Okay. Normally, a woman will not broke shame you if you are not. The only problem is that if you are broke and you are looking for a woman that earns a lot of money. And that's why I was talking about when they start asking, what line of work are you in? Okay. You know that your own line of work, you are not bringing too much in at the moment, but you want to date up. It's always a problem when you want to date up. Some people do it and it works for them. So that's why asking what line of work, that's the first thing some brothers will ask. The first thing they will ask you, what line of work? What do you do? Because they want to calculate, and a lot of Nigerian women have learned, like some of our callers said, they've learned from past experiences, their own experiences, their mothers, their aunties, and they've seen that the fact that you raise a man does not mean that he's going to be faithful. We've shared stories like that. And that's why we did the story about building up a broke man. We say, I said it categorically, don't do it. Okay? Nigerian women bring a lot to the table and they expect even more. That's the truth. But some people are generally selfish. And this is not peculiar to some Nigerian women or some black women. There are Oyibo girls that are materialistic and very, very materialistic, that they want all the things that you say Nigerian women want, like designers, iPhone. There are Oyibo women that are like that too. So it's all about the individual. If you are dating somebody that is materialistic and they are selfish, then as a man, step away. This one is not ready because they are not ready to, commit into the relationship. Okay? But fundamentally, what I'm taking away from tonight is that, please, rice and beans is not the same. There's no basis for comparison. When you start comparing rice and beans, you are looking for trouble. So Nigerian women and other African women, we are completely different. The way we were raised, the way we were socialized, what they taught us when we were growing up is that a man provides. And that's why Nigerian men, most of them, in most cases, they try to provide because this is the way we've been socialized. And, Sid told us that in their own South Africa, they don't socialize them like that. Okay, so their men are not basically the providers like that. Okay, because they do Oyibo style of 50-50 or whatever. You bring something to the table, I bring something to the table. And that's why some Nigerian women would struggle to date men that are not Nigerians, because they will see you as, no, you haven't got anything to offer. Because you are not used to taking care of a woman. Nigerian women are raised to believe that a man is supposed to take care of you. But sisters, this is 2022, okay? One hand has to wash the other one now. One hand has to wash the other one now. That's the only way that it can work. So, like what Bill was saying, if you live in the diaspora and you're dating someone, they've come to see you 1-2 times. The next time, it only follows that you should be the one that will spend the money. If they're taking you out 1 or 2 times, you can take them out. But if you don't want to take them out, you can say, okay, babe, don't take me out. Let's not go out today. Let's go to the house so that we'll cook. Buy the groceries, go and prepare him a nice meal. I'm sure he will appreciate it. Men like food. But then again, we have women who have done everything, like Monica Fernandez. Everything she did, the Nigerian man that she brought from Africa still dumped her and went to marry with Oyibo now. So what are we saying? It's neither here nor there. We just need to be fair and treat people the way we want to be treated. Okay, it's partnership now, so don't say my money is my money, your money is your money is our money. No. Again, the reason why a lot of Nigerian women do that is that we are not brought up to invest in a relationship alone. We invest when we are married. Until you put a ring on it, some Nigerian women will not invest, because the one they don't invest before, we carry them rich. So they say, no, I'm not investing my money on it. But brothers, please, let's not make it transactional alone. It's not about money alone. Sometimes you can have a discussion with somebody, they will give you an idea that will make you millions. The person might not put money down. You might be struggling you don't know what to do. in terms of career choices, and the way they will sit you down and give you advice that will help you to make millions. So don't make it seem as if it's only money, 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 money. It's women that used to talk about money, but the way brothers are now making it all about money, the thing self it can't dey fear me. And our languages of love and the way we understand culturally, the way we express our love is different. The way a South African woman will express love is not the same way I will express love. Okay, we are not Nigerian women and Nigerian men, the way we were raised, we don't express love except this generation now that we are raising our sons and daughters to be different. We don't hold hands. Okay, except the ones that had the privilege of going to live in the diaspora in the 60s or 50s, and they now came home and brought Oyibo culture. That is Oyibo culture. We don't hold hands. How does a man show that he loves his wife? You provide. And that's why you see Nigerian men, they provide. And that's why you, our sisters from other African countries, you see them, you say, Nigerian men are so wonderful, because of the way they were socialized. So always look about the background, look at how we were socialized, and there is a difference. And that's a good thing. No need for competition. We Nigerian women are not jealous of our brothers marrying non-Nigerian women. We love it. We appreciate you. We welcome you to our fold. You're welcome. We love you. There's nothing to be jealous about. There's enough men in this world to go around. And Nigerian women don't need to marry only Nigerian men. Okay? We can marry out of our culture as well. It's all about the individual and the person that you meet. If you guys understand each other, you love each other, you feel like you are compatible, then it doesn't matter where you come from. So I'm just going to end it. I hope we've learned one or two things from tonight. Been a very stimulating conversation. And please give this video a thumbs up, and I will see you in my next one. Let's just do well. If you're in marriage, especially, please help. Women, I trust Nigerian women, the good ones. Nah. They try. When they try, Nigerian women, three bosa for now. I know some I know they slack. Nigerian women, they work. Some of them they pay bills, everything. They hold the family up. What are we talking about? So it's neither here nor there. Thank you so much, everyone, for being here. I appreciate you, my Nigerian women, my non-Nigerian women, my African American women. All of you, we are sisters, and I love you all. Thank you. Yeah, marry outside the race, not even outside the culture. The problem is that a lot of our women, they only want to marry Yoruba woman want to marry a Yoruba man. Igbo woman want to marry an Igbo man. It doesn't matter. Look at the person, not their tribe, and not, where they come from. It's about the individual. Thank you so much, everyone. Give this video a thumbs up, and I shall speak to you in my next one. Did you enjoy this conversation? And all of you younger brothers, my aburos are just coming up, that in your 20s and your 30s, you have a lot of learning to do. Okay? You have a lot of learning to do. Okay? But don't worry. Time is a great teacher. He will teach all of us. Last, gbogbo yẹn wà okay. Ẹ wà all right. Ẹ jẹ breakfast. People are asking for part 2. Bimpe, you want by part 2? Okay, no wahala. I dey here for Nana. Mo wan le fun yin. No problem. I got you. Thank you so much, Sylvia. I appreciate you for the super chat. Give this video a thumbs up. If you need to reach me, you have my contacts. Yeah, I'll see you in my next one. Thanks a lot, guys. Bye. Love you. Bye-bye.